Can't even tell. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 145. Guys, I appreciate all of you for being patient with us. I completely planned to go live last week and then had a little bit of a scare with my pet. It ended up being like nothing major, thankfully. So I do appreciate everybody for reaching out as always, and everybody just being patient with us when stuff like that happens. But this week's a new week, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff. Not necessarily from Hot Toys, because they've been pretty quiet lately for some reason. But thankfully, we got some other news, especially from InArt. We got that Christopher Reeve 2-pack that, of course, all of us have been very excited to talk about. And then we got a little bit of a tease for another figure from InArt, which
InArt's gone crazy the last this month. For them, they've gone crazy with the announcements that they've done.
Yeah, and then like getting a little tease like that from them is not typical of them. So it seems like maybe, I don't want to speak too soon, but they're off to a much quicker start this year, which is great to see because they were not on this pace last year. So it's a good sign for the company, and I'm excited to see what else they're pulling out. But I'm going to say what's up to everybody in the chat. But first, I want to say thank you for being here, Fig and Lane. Appreciate you for being here, guys. I know Chris, he should be joining us shortly. Not sure about Mike. But I guess we'll find out together. Chris, sorry, Lane. Lane, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I haven't been around, I know much, but I've had a lot going on. My parents just were visiting this past weekend, and they just got out the door, and I just got a text that they made it home just about an hour ago. So I had them here, and then my mom made me sick, and then Chris had to show me that title belt, make me want to throw up after WrestleMania weekend, and how bad like 90% of it was. Oh god, dude, it was like one line stupid ass commercial. It felt like, but it's really good to be here with you guys again, and of course we've got the world collecting champion joining us here tonight. And Big Pozr, of course, just making sure we know of his undying love for the Toby man, along with our host.
He knows what's up. He knows what's up. But
HT Pozr is coming at you for the world collecting tag champs.
Shit, I like the ring to it. But thanks for being here, Lane. Chris, as you can see, guys, he was very excited to finally get his room back. As you guys know, he had a lot of his brother's stuff that he was storing for him as his brother was preparing for a move.
Dude,
so now he's back.
This is how long it's been. I still have the Christmas lights on.
Oh, that's the excuse, yeah. He just likes the Christmas lights. No, I'm pretty sure my Stormtrooper still has a Santa Claus hat on, so I can't talk.
No, I'm happy to be back in the room, dude. I did want to say, the voice is a little scratchy because my son and wife got me a little sick, but can't do full promo. But I did want to say to Big Dog Pound, I don't see him in this chat yet, but if he catches a replay, woo! The OTC is back in charge, baby. Look at the right inside plate. We back on top. We back in the room. Everything's
So you mean
good.
we're partying like it's 2021 again? Great.
We up, collectors. Got some good stuff to talk about.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Chris. And then Fig, I appreciate you for being here, putting the GOAT front and center. It's funny, one of my local friends who, he doesn't collect this stuff, but he, has recently been checking out some of the channel content recently. He said he wanted to get some Toby stuff because he really likes Toby, and he sent me a picture the other day of that Toby, and I was telling him like, oh, I had that one. It's much better when you get it modified, and I told him about the battle damage one and stuff, but that's the one that he wants. So obviously he would be, if he does get it, he'd be like new to collecting, so he has no reason to like get it modified and stuff, because to him it's probably going to be amazing because it's an awesome figure at face value, but
like us, we got to go the extra mile,
Right, exactly. And I showed him, he said he wanted the black suit too, and he saw my black suit. He actually sent me a screenshot of the Toy Stay mask on the black suit. I was like, he's diving into dangerous territory with all the mods and everything. But the GOAT right there, that's for sure. Damn. Dang, good thing they weren't
black suit showing its aggression for classic.
He's not a nice guy. He is a bully. He just knocked down.
That's not a good advertisement for Hot Toys outdated.
No, or
their
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but hey, I've done that on stream before too, so I can't
Accidents
blame you.
happen.
Right?
InArt has done that on stream before.
Many times, maybe unintentionally. It was not an intended feature. But let's say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get started. I appreciate you, as always, for being here, Fig. We got Tom Daly in the house. What's up, my dude? He says, can't wait. Well, we appreciate you for popping in. We got my guy, 16 Lovers, saying, let's effing go. Guys, as always, if you haven't already, check out 16 Lovers on Instagram. Especially with the Star Wars stuff, he has some really awesome, like, day one release content. For that Nihilus, he was sending me a bunch of pictures right when it dropped and posting them up on his page, and that stuff is, like, kind of invaluable, right, if you're kind of making that decision if you want to drop the pre-order or not. So we definitely appreciate him for that. We got Doc Bat in the house. What's up, my dude? Thanks for being here, as always. Who's this guy? We got Mike in the house. Like I said, I'm not sure if Mike will be joining us shortly or not. If he does, I'll be very excited. If not, we appreciate you for dropping in the chat, my friend. I know you got work and all the other crazy things going on, but thanks for being here, as always, and thanks for being a hotline hottie. And as I say that, Absolute Mike enters the chat with the Grail hat. Let me guess, is that one of Steve's merchandise? Is that what that Grail hat is?
I don't know where I got this thing. Who would wear something like this? It's bizarre.
Steve,
Speak and he shall appear.
Right?
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
dude.
this is some of that hot merch. You can get over there. You can get hopefully some more stuff from you soon, right?
Dude, no one bought the last one, so whoever bought the first shirt, that thing's very rare because it's not going to come back. But
I bought it.
yeah, you did buy it. Chris didn't even buy a shirt. Some supporter, huh? Yeah, let's see. I'm waiting for the excuse.
What's up, fellas?
Not
Good to
much,
see you
dude.
guys.
Not much, man. I'm just excited to be here. You know, we took off last week again, but some exciting stuff to talk about. Like I was saying earlier, like I don't know how early you tuned in, but not much from Hot Toys this week. We got a quick little. Oh, that's the one from the movie theater. The little Superman 2025 pillow.
Yeah, that's who we talking about.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Tom. Tom saying he had a little scare with his cat. I appreciate you. I know I'm not like unique in that experience, so I appreciate everybody that reached out and said nice things. We got Jason in the house. Jason is always enabling me in some way in the 1/12 scale world because he, for those of you guys who don't know, he streams with Kaiju Daddy over on his channel. And obviously Kaiju does 1/6 and they talk about it, but primarily he's a 1/12 YouTuber. And Jason has recently started to amass some 1/6 stuff himself. And I always laugh every time he tells me he gets something else because I remember telling him when he got his first one that there was more to come. And he's really loving it. He loves his 1/12 scale, of course. But great to see you, Jason. Thanks for being a hotline hottie and thanks for being here as always. We got Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, in the chat. I know Sean has been going through the whole process with his new house being built and everything, and I think he's about done. I think he's getting there, at least mostly there, and I'm excited for his collection room, and I'm excited for him to be able to come back on stream here and there. But thanks for being here as always, my friend.
It'd be awesome to stream with him again.
Yeah,
miss you, man.
We miss him. He knows we miss him. We got Moose in the house, another hotline hottie. He says, hello, community of collectors. I just unboxed the JazzInc Dioramas Batmobile animated blue version and displayed it on Saturday. So I know you got the regular version as well, the all-black version. Has that one been unboxed yet? I'm curious, but I did see your photos. That thing looks sick. I can't wait to get mine. We got Sal in the house. What's up, my dude? Thanks for being here as always, bro. We're going to be getting Sal on soon. We were trying to work it out today, but, you know, scheduling is easier said than done. But we're going to work it out, and I'm excited to get Sal on. That's my guy. And I know him and Fig chat a lot as well. So appreciate you for being here as always, bro. We got Deep Red Mikey. He says, howdy, howdy. What's up, Deep Red? Good to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. We got my guy, Batman Collectibles, another hotline hottie. He says, evening hotline panel, lots to talk about. Yeah, a lot, especially Batman-related stuff. So that's a good week, you know. Always a good week when you can talk about Batman. And we have Absolute Mike here himself. I don't know if any of you guys in here do comics, but there was a Whatnot stream today, and it's still going on. There's another like second half to it where Scott Snyder allowed people into his home and into his studio, and they're just auctioning off a bunch of stuff from like his, because you know those artists, they get sent copies of everything in mass quantities sometimes, like 5 to 10 copies of all these different variants, and he was auctioning off a bunch of stuff and doing like quick drops and giveaways and all kinds of
A
stuff.
lot
So,
of giveaways. The whole second
Yeah.
half of the show is going to be giveaways. He says he's giving $30,000 worth of stuff away.
yeah, Mike made me feel like shit
Like-
because I was like, dude, all these freaking bots. And
Yeah.
Mike's like, yeah, dude, whatever. They're giving away $30,000 worth of stuff. But he's right. He is right. I was just a little salty. But
It's
he's
tough
right.
to control. There were thousands of people in that show, and like,
And then, not to mention, like constantly cycling through all these people. So just because you
Yeah.
see 1.5 or 1.7, that doesn't mean like people are constantly.
that's true. And it was tough, man, to get anything for a while. But they started like throwing so much stuff out there that you were able to, like, I got a few books that I wanted.
Yeah.
And it's cool if you get them CGC'd. The label says from the personal collection of Scott Snyder.
Now, are you going to pay extra for the Batman specific label, or are you just going to get
Yeah.
like the base one?
It's only like, so I'm pretty sure from CGC it's like $5 extra for a label.
Yeah.
For like a character specific label.
I would
It might have
definitely
raised
do
the
that.
price to 10 or 15, whatever it is. But I'm doing the Batman specific label on mine, and it's really great. And like a lot of it's going to charity and stuff too. So it was a cool day.
Yeah,
I had my
for sure.
earpiece. I had like my headphone in one ear all day at work today.
Yeah.
Just, like, trying to snipe to get stuff.
I was on there, and like my buddy, he collects Absolute, and he's the one that kind of, alongside you, kind of pushed me to read them. And he was at work, and he really wanted some of those like Ivy covers.
Oh yeah.
So, unfortunately, they held those until the second half, a lot of them, so I didn't get to grab
Yeah.
them for him because I was going to try to help him. But yeah, it was a very fun time, and they're going to be doing more. So if you guys are into those, the Whatnot stream will be up either now or very shortly. I didn't see the return time,
It
but
starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay, that's not too bad. We got Tijuana Mike in the house. What's up, my dude? Another hotline hottie. He says, "Happy Tuesday, collectors." Oh, so you don't even have the black version yet? I didn't realize it didn't ship yet. I just too hyper focused on the blue shaded one, the better version. You know what I mean? We got Yomo in the house, another hotline hottie and a moderator. Good to see you, my friend. We got Ash Chase, another hotline hottie. Ash Pool, should I say? And
like
dropping
that.
their signature phrase, "What's up, plastic crackheads?" Good to see you. We got Bolts in the house. Good to see you, Bolts. Thanks for being here. We got my guy, Pedro Lopez. Hashtag hotline confirmed. I knew it was hiding in there somewhere. Good to see you, my friend. We got Gabe in the house. What's up, Gabe? Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, Jason. Jason, I don't know if Kaiju told you, but I just bought that Muff Toys Superman. He showed it on stream when I streamed with y'all, and I had to have it. And I will say, someone in Kaiju's group gave me an insane deal. And I can't wait to get it. I told Kaiju, and I followed that with, he's like, "Are you going to get it?" I was like, "Don't tell any of your friends. Don't you dare." Because he asked me who was selling it to me and everything. I was like, "Don't you dare tell anybody about it. I'm buying it." But yes, you are the gift that keeps on giving, Jason. We got Neil Orific in the house. Good evening to you, my friend. Oh, Sean's already in the new house. Okay. I wasn't sure because, I've been following your updates as you've been sending them in the group and stuff. Glad to hear.
Congrats, dude.
We got Display Lab Collectibles. That's a fire logo. I like that. He says, "Evening, mates. Good evening to you. Thanks for being here." We got Chunker in the house. You know what? I was just thinking about this the other day, Chunker. I was like, because for those you don't know, I'm not going to say his real name because I don't know if he wants people to know, and I've probably said it before, but he was helping me out get some candy in the UK for my girlfriend. And he was like, I was trying to send him money for it, and he's like, "No." He's like, "Unless the shipping's like absolutely insane." He's like, "Don't worry about it." And I just thought about it the other day. I'm like, "Where's that candy, dude? I hope it didn't get lost or something." And he just mentioned it. He said, I got all your squashies to send. By the time we get them, it's be like, it like breaks my tooth. But yeah, he used to stream with us all the time, and his schedule has changed. He's got a kid and stuff, so it would be awesome to have him back on. Full circle moment, getting Sean back on and getting Chunker back on. That'd be sick. AK saying what's up to Moose. We got Christian Crosshair Cooper in the house. Christian, I just saw you looking for a figure. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I can't remember which one you were looking for. I saw you on the BSTs. Hobie says, canceled my JazzInc Catwoman. Very disappointed. We're going to talk about that. I'm sorry to hear you're disappointed. I have my thoughts on it, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts once we start talking about it. We got Assistant to the Regional Sith. What's up, my dude? Good to see you. We got Rusty Bronco in the house. How you doing? He says, "Hello, curators." Excuse me, jeez. And Jason says that Muff Superman, it is, and it's very, very rare. It's unbelievably rare, as you know. And excuse me, jeez. When I looked it up on eBay and saw the prices, I was like, no freaking way it's going for this much. Damn, I look over for a second, I just noticed that Fig just got his whole Toby setup going. Now I feel like naked without mine, dude. I gotta go get mine. Although my black suit is currently in Hong Kong with Riley, so I can't pull that one out. But
and they say that a hero can save us, bro.
And they say that that's like every time like I play video games with my friends, that's always like the joke when someone comes like flying in to save everybody. But guys, we're gonna get started. Like I said, not much to talk about with Hot Toys, but we do have a good topic related to Star Wars once we get through this figure. And I know this one was kind of released a little bit ago, a little over a week ago, so we won't spend too much time on it, but I did want to kind of give it some thought here. This video is from Justin's collection. This is like the earliest review up, I think. I know 1/6 Lovers did some, like I said earlier, did some awesome photos, so if you haven't already, check out 1/6 Lovers photos and his little quick unboxings that he does. But this is Darth Nihilus, and I'll keep my thoughts on this one kind of short and sweet because there's really not that much to him. I think he looks awesome. I think this one turned out actually better than the Darth Revan. The Darth Revan, that hood is really bad, like so bad that I had to get like magnets to pinch it together in the back to get it to sit properly on his head. This one I think turned out way better. My only complaint with this one is that they use the likeness and the look of him from the Galaxy of Heroes game. So unfortunately, it's not his KOTOR look that everybody wanted. It's slightly different. So that's my biggest complaint with that. But apart from that, I think he looks great. I'm going to skip through it because, like I said, we're not going to spend much time on Nihilus. So you can share like some brief thoughts on him. But I think he looks great. I like the weathering. I like the tattered portion to his robes. And speaking with 1/6 Lovers, he was saying that the wiring is actually really nice in the hood because that was obviously a concern of mine given how shitty the hood was on Revan. And he said that this is like a really nice wire in here and you can manipulate it pretty easily and it stays. So obviously Justin has pulled this out straight out of the box in this shot, so nothing crazy. But it is interesting though, when you pull the hood down, you can see those dreadlocks that he has. And I know some people were thinking maybe that was like a placeholder, but that's actually what he looks like under the hood. And I thought it was cool that they got that detail.
Those are dreads? I thought those were braids.
I guess you're right. I guess they'd be more considered braids, thicker braids. Yeah. Let's see if Justin actually pulls the hood down at all. I hope he does. Yeah, you're right. Those are not dreads. Okay, I stand correct, dude. I'm white. Relax, man. Yes, those are braids. This is not a Predator figure, but that is actually what he looks like. I know it looks kind of strange. It almost looks like one of those like placeholder head sculpts, like you know when somebody like pries a mask off when they're not supposed to. That's kind of what it looks like. But if you look at like depictions of him, that is what it's supposed to look like underneath. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think this is a pretty solid release from them. And I like that the suit's nylon. Obviously, like we're all going to be pushing for that with these figures moving forward because we're tired of the pleather and the things flaking on us. So it's good to see. And I'm excited to get this one in. And I won't say I have another question kind of pertaining to this type of figure. But in our next topic that we're going to do, which is part of the reason why I don't want to spend too much time on this, we'll talk about it. But yeah, Darth... It kind of gives you those vibes, right, with that mask. Speaking of that, I've got my Caustic Plastic Phantom currently sitting on my desk. Dude, the platform is massive. It's, like, unbelievably massive. And thank you, 1/6 Lovers, for also adding this. He's saying the cape wires aren't as strong as Moon Knight's. Yeah, if Hot Toys could replicate what they did with Moon Knight, I would maybe not throw a stink about their wired capes so much. But... dude, it's true. Hey, that's my ignorance right there coming out. It just came out, dude. Yeah. So, is anybody else picking this one up? Mike, this seems like one that might be on your radar. Did you end up picking this Nihilus up?
I'd never played the game, so I have no connection to this guy.
Wow,
No,
I'm surprised. I thought that would be something you would have picked up.
Yeah, I know. When I was for some reason, I just never got into games when they were going on at the time. And I recently tried on the Switch, and I was just like, "What is this? This is too much
It's
much
a
reading
lot.
and story." And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. those type of role playing games have never been my thing. I don't have the patience for them. But like this is the kind of figure that I have zero interest in, no connection. I'm very rarely like that with Star Wars. But I could see that if I was a big fan of the game, that I'd be really excited for this. Like I could see why some people would want it, but for me, it's a skip.
Yeah. And this is also one of those characters, kind of going along with what you said, where a lot of people who haven't played the game may have ordered this just because it's Nihilus. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who Nihilus is. It's like Revan. Everybody knows. I'm sure there's quite a few people that bought Revan who maybe never played the games. They just, they know that the mystique behind Revan and like his stories and Star Wars Legends they've heard about. So I feel like it's one of those characters too that kind of sells himself.
Yeah.
And even though it's not
higher tier though, I would say.
Oh, 100%.
Way
100%.
more,
100%. So much so that like Disney obviously is throwing around ideas for fitting him into something live action, maybe a show or a movie. So I think Disney has their eyes on Revan heavily right now for content, which is amazing because obviously like we've been praying for that for years, right? For them to finally like take a look at these characters that have great backstories that could easily fit, that wouldn't affect the later films. There's a way to fit it in, but yeah, see, like this is what's going to make all these VGM figures worth it, when you can have the Star Killer, the Revan, the Nihilus, the Darth Malgus, which is the last currently of the video game line in terms of like the Legends stuff. Very exciting. I know, dude. I know. And Grand Admiral Thrawn, we're going to talk about our next topic. Hold that thought because I want to hear your thoughts when we get to our next topic, because I have my thoughts on who's going to be next, and I think some of you guys might agree. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, right? And this is something that Chris has pointed out a lot with them photoshopping the lightsabers and making them look better than they actually do. I remember when Chris first got Anakin, he was like, yeah, I was a bit disappointed in how he's like, they're very bright, but I wish the light kind of extended further to the tip. It's kind of false advertising in a way. Like, yes, the pictures look cool, but it's like, it's a bit unfortunate when it shows up and you're like, that's it. But that's the nature of getting something where it's lit from the bottom. And even like when you get like 1-to-1 scale lightsabers and they have in-hilt LEDs, it's the same case. Whereas when you get like a NeoPixel blade, all of the LEDs they're like strips of LEDs that run all the way along the blade, and you don't get that same experience. It looks a lot better because it fully lights it all the way to the tip of the saber. So yeah, how much is this going for? I think this guy retailed for what, $265? $260. Yeah, pretty fairly priced, right, Lane? Something like that.
Yeah.
Thrawn's office is here, and he's currently Absolute Mike. Look, you gotta recognize his name will change every week, but yes, this is Thrawn's office. Yeah.
What's up, Thrawn?
Yeah, 265. You were right.
265. That's a very fair price. Yeah, that's a very fair. Damn. Okay. Yeah, Grand Admiral Thrawn, you did beat me to it. Yeah, I mean, again, we're gonna talk about it more, but that to me seems like the most obvious one, and I would like shit my pants if they announced that, especially if you could remove the piece and see his like missing lower jaw. Which, by the way, where's Darth Malik's missing lower jaw that he's supposed to be in the chat, dude?
Love that name.
I know, it's the best. Appreciate it. Sal, we'll get you on soon, my dude. I also want to have Danny Parks on really soon. Him and I were talking about it not too long ago. So I got a list of people I got to get on, all my guys. Defective says, I don't like Star Wars, don't kill me. Hey, that's okay. Look, and I will match that energy to make you feel better. I'm not big into Lord of the Rings. I haven't dove into Lord of the Rings yet, so we'll join the group of yeah, Fig's like about to
blasphemy.
I know it's coming. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, but here's the thing, right? Mike is like sharing an experience that I think a lot of people would have jumping into it now. It's a very slow-paced game. It's turn-based, and like he said, there's all this dialogue that pops up on the screen. It's like one of those things, like most people that have played it and love it, played it back in the day, and I think it still holds up for me, but again, it's like one of those things, it's that nostalgia that drives it, right? And it's like, when you played it back then, it's a different experience than jumping into it now. For sure.
and Knights of the Republic 2 especially is hard because it has a very slow, like the first couple hours is super slow, especially in comparison to the original game. So
yeah,
and 2, you have to actually really, to get the game to work like it's supposed to, you have to download a mod.
Yeah,
actually to get the full game.
Well, we're hoping for that remake. somewhere over the rainbow. Whenever that
Far, far away.
If I had the time, I wish I had the time to play it.
It's a big, it's
I
a
just
big
don't have
time
the
dedication. It's a lot of time dedication, and like we said, it's slow pace.
Yeah.
I know it's blasphemy, dude. Look, I'm not against Lord of the Rings. At least I could say that. I don't think it's like bad. I just haven't dove into it. I will eventually once. I have no temptation to get Gandalf or Aragorn or any of that stuff. You know,
Just watch the Fellowship, bro.
He just does not. He just doesn't want to fall. He knows
All right.
that Lord of the Rings. If
Listen,
he gets hit, he's doomed.
He will be buying backwards. That's that's the problem.
No, I won't. No, I'm sure.
Yes, you will. Well, no, actually, you wouldn't necessarily, because InArt basically said they will be doing an Gandalf the White at some point. And actually,
and then I'll be passing on that as well. Guys, real quick, if you have not already, please check out Nick's Collectibles on Instagram. Nick makes the funniest videos. I'm telling you, if you like 6-scale related humor, this dude his video on the InArt streams had me die. I mean, all of them did, but it's so spot on. He's just the funniest dude. And Nick's probably like, dude, stop glazing. But Nick is hilarious.
A little smart ass.
It's
great.
It's great. So you guys, check out Nick's Collectibles. He has some funny ass videos, and I'm so glad because Nick is one of those guys. Like, he just makes content at his own pace, kind of like I do. But I'm way lazier than he is. But he's been doing these videos, and I know he's going to continue doing it because he got a good reception from it. But
and a very nice guy. He and his girlfriend. We hung out 2 years in a row at Comic-Con, and
he is nice, but I still have a bone to pick
with
him.
Baby.
I have a bone to pick with him. He never put me in his wrestling matches, and I brought it up to him not long ago. I'm like, Nick, I got to be honest with you, dude. It still makes me sad to this day that you never put me in your YouTuber wrestling matches. And he's like, all right, if I do another one, I'll put you in. Well, she's going to make me look like Shrek or something for complaining. But yeah, for real, though.
I can send them.
No, please don't. I hope Steve's not here, dude. You'll get him going. For a price. All right, guys, we got to crowdfund a new WrestleMania hosted by Nick so I could be in it. He's going to make me look like an ogre. I've screwed myself over. Yeah, and I want to say this, guys. You know, no shade to the girl that does it, but it's very obvious that, like, she was just hired in that role. Because a lot of the things that she's asked, she's not really prepared for. So you could see, like, she asks in her language, like, for clarification for a lot of stuff. But I will say she has, if you compare her first stream to the following stream, she definitely has improved for sure. Because that first stream was even more of a disaster. But
you took the day off for Superman.
It's two different girls.
Yeah.
Like one speaks English a lot better, but the problem is she really doesn't know the culture. So if you say, like, are we getting an 89 Batman, which is kind of like, guys, when they're there to talk about a particular figure, like, don't ask about a million other figures. But anyway,
hey,
they'll say, like, hey, can we get an 89? Can we get an 89 Batman? She has no idea what you're talking about. Or if you say, even if you say a Keaton Batman, she doesn't know who Keaton is. So, you know, it's not her fault. It's InArt's fault for putting somebody up there that does not know the culture at all, but is just, you know, decent enough in English to get by. So she's doing the best she can, but they really need John or somebody else who knows the language we're speaking.
Maybe not John.
You know, not John, because every question would be answered with, I'll get back to you. But is that really different than most of the answers they give us anyway? You know, she says, like, sorry, not today, which just means I'll get back to you.
My biggest thing, bro, and Nick touched on it in his video. Why can they not touch the figures? And I will say, to their credit, they did, like, kind of touch the BVS Batman, but it's like, I said this before, like, dude, I had to wait a whole separate day stream for them to put the hat on Dumbledore. They're like, oh no, we can't put the hat on, but we'll put it on tomorrow's stream. It's like, what's the worst that could happen? Is it going to, like, spontaneously combust in front of us and then, like, oh, there goes our prototype? You know
this is a complaint I have about them, is that, you know, so at least when
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, they did.
They're like off screen. They're like, oh yeah, we love. We love.
They really like when Hot Toys posts something for pre-sale. You know, it's not a live video, but you see it in you know, several poses. You get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah,
I really wish now InArt is showing these things, I think, a lot earlier in production. The double-edged sword of that, though, is that the community could say, hey, can you change this? Can you change that? And they're still far enough away from their release that they can do it.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like a catch-22 on that. What do you prefer? But it is a little bit annoying when you're like, hey, can you? And I think she just lifted the arm up on Batman. It was
it's like, oh wow, the posability is nuts,
and it looked like shit. But
It was
again,
yeah,
it was
like,
lower than that. It was lower.
She's like, oh, you guys want to see the posability?
You want to see that? Yeah. And and then like the Gimli thing. It's like, oh, the base doesn't match the other ones, and it's really high. I think you mentioned this, like, so that he's as tall as the other characters.
Like, why is that? Why would you want that?
Why? That defeats the whole purpose of the scaling.
Right.
So
there's what pissed me off when she said that. Oh, it's for him to sit on it
and
like,
to sit
what?
on it. Yeah. So these are like little.
I remember when she said that. Fig was in the comments. He was like,
Fig, you and I were like going back and forth in that chat.
Yeah.
So like again, I really think that if somebody like more in tune with the culture would have been like, oh yeah, you're right. Why would you want? Because they would know the film, they would understand the size dynamic, etc. So I hope they improve that going forward. But it's slim. The thing is, though, I am like an unapologetic InArt fanboy at this point because I have like 6 of their figures. I love them all, so I trust them. It's not like this is the Joker period in time where we didn't know.
And it's nice.
They've earned my trust.
It's nice to get the streams. It's nice that they try. It's just I hope they take the feedback and like. Instead of just 2 hours of the figure spinning there, like give us a little more. But I'm happy with it. But we're gonna get into this next topic. Sorry if we kind of moved on from Nihilus, but
as she's doing it behind the camera, they're like,
By the way,
make sure stuff is secured so it doesn't fall over.
Yeah,
that
don't feel bad for her.
thing.
She gets enough compliments from creepy dudes throughout.
Oh, I've seen him. I saw him watching the replay. I was like, "Come on, bro." I'm not. Hey, I saw a YouTuber in there. I'm not going to say who it was, but
I seen it too.
That's my guy, so I'm not going to say anything. But I was laughing. I was cracking up. What's up, by the way, Erman and Blue Tattoo, another hotline hottie, and my dude Big Rib. Appreciate you guys for dropping in. So, guys, this is going to be our next topic for the Hot Toys stuff this week. Hot Toys just dropped this post like last week, and they said a force of collectibles awaits coming soon. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of theorize with the chat and with the panel.
Oh yeah, we're only like 2 weeks away, aren't we?
Yeah, May 4th is right around the corner. So I thought it'd be
fun.
I
didn't even think about that. Like, geez.
Yeah.
With Mandalorian coming too.
Yeah,
we'll finally see if that's any good or not.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be fun to like kind of theorize what stuff we might. Kind of just quickly throw some stuff out what we might see. And let's start by saying there's going to be some Mandalorian and Grogu stuff. I think that's the obvious one. So we'll throw that out for everybody. We'll probably see like that Remnant Snow Trooper and some other stuff. Hopefully Zeb or Embo. Those would be really cool. Those are the ones, especially Zeb to add to the Phoenix Squadron. I would love to see that. But the ones I wanted to throw out there myself, and we can kind of go down the line and quickly have people share what they think. And please, guys, in the chat, throw it in, and I'll pull up your comments. Excuse me. So, Grand Admiral Thrawn already brought up one that I think is very possible. I'll throw out 2 video game ones that I think are very possible. Cal Kestis from either Jedi Survivor or Jedi Fallen Order. I think that one is long overdue, and I think Hot Toys has seen the comments over and over again. It's like, what are you waiting for? Like, the actor himself, I think his name's Cameron Monaghan, he would be very on board to show his likeness, to give his likeness, because he's done multiple different Black Series figures with them. Like, they've worked together. Disney has on figures for him. But just give us the Cal Kestis. All they gave us from those games was the Purge Trooper, which took them forever to do, and they teased 2 other ones and never announced those. And then that Scout Trooper with, like, the electricity pack and stuff on them. But Cal Kestis is an obvious one, I think. And then another VGM one brought up by Thrawn, Darth Malik. Like, come on.
I knew that.
Darth Malik has to be on their list, bro. Like, if we're looking at like all the iconic video game characters from KOTOR, either Darth Malik or I would take a Bastila Shan or even Satil Shan, since they did Malgus. That would be another one. I think Bastila would be a smarter choice, especially given her
to do as well.
Yeah, and also given her arc, they could give her some like dark side pieces as well. That would be really cool. But for VGM, I think those are all ones that are on the table. And I'm going to say it, I don't think it's too early to get started on A New Hope, especially because they already gave us that quarter scale Han. what's to say they won't start early and throw out some A New Hope anniversary stuff? Or even if they don't brand it under the anniversary branding and just drop some of the stuff early, I wouldn't be surprised if we got like a, because we all know that Leia is starting to get outdated. Unfortunately, she's in my collection, and she definitely needs a redo with some new paint apps and, a better,
especially
the sculpt
after
is
they
good.
did that Bosch.
Right, we got the Boosh Leia. Why would they not go through and give us a new Space Buns Leia and with better tailoring, rolling eyeballs, better paint apps? Like, it's certainly possible. And then, of course, like, there's a lot of Empire Strikes Back stuff they haven't done. Like, Sean's thrown out here, which I thought was a great idea. Like, Luke and Han and the Hoth gear with the Tauntaun. Like, there's a lot of stuff they could do. Episode 1, Obi-Wan is incredibly overdue. Shout out to Six Scale Treasures.
Oh, yeah. I like all of these on the list right there.
I commented on your post on that one. That's the one I would love to see.
Yeah. So like those are like the obvious ones to me that I think could happen. Like I said, the Mandalorian and Grogu stuff, like there's going to be some of that, but I feel like I want to like look past that because I want to make it more exciting. Lane, what would you like to see, or what do you think is possible for May the 4th from Hot Toys?
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alex Guinness. I could, because we had the statue come up not too long ago.
Yeah, the Blitzway. Yeah,
and a lot of, as we usually see, these characters pop up in waves relatively within a certain amount of time of each other. I mean, like the Nihilus statue from Sideshow and the figure, like I think were within like a month that they both were announced. So I wouldn't be surprised. Alex Guinness, I think that Obi-Wan, I would rather have that even more than Episode 1 Obi-Wan, because that is the original OG Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Lane, remember this? I completely forgot about this until the
light side Revan.
Yeah, we saw like a white robe or a light.
Yeah, you can see him from behind.
And that'd be an easy one for Hot Toys to do. Like, I mean, that'd be an easy one.
Ash said Blake. You're crazy.
I would probably say beyond that, I could see it. I'm not saying I would be like super into it, but I think I would not be surprised if we see a Maul Shadow Lord, Darth Maul. Even though I know he has a similar to his
great point.
I know he has a similar look to his Clone Wars, but this could be an actual good one. Totally redone, but they could use
better
episode 1. Yeah, use you can use episode 1 as the basis for the body and everything like that. Make it where you compose it. But Shadow Lord Maul is a possibility. Now, I think we'll eventually get one from that, but maybe not right away. That could be something that, because that can come out whenever. There's no specific time it needs to. Video game wise, what I would like to see, since you already kind of mentioned one, Kyle Katarn.
Oh yeah, Kyle Katarn. Cool, that's another one. And they actually did a Black series of him recently.
Yeah, not too long. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you see this stuff, you see characters kind of come out.
Well, remember the Snowtrooper Commander they did in 3.75, and then Hot Toys did theirs.
Yeah, so you'll see that. You're right. We're probably going to see some. I would probably say what I would like to see non-main character wise. If it's just a quote filler figure, which is a lot of time what the troopers are. The AT-AT driver, whether it's Mandalorian and Grogu or if it's actually Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
I think that is one that I think that one
didn't he get teased in the Mando and Grogu photos?
Yeah, or it was in some, because you've seen him, some of the other troopers in some advertising for the movie itself.
Yeah.
And they put out if they're going to put out the remnant ATRT trooper and the ATRT, that guy feels like they've never done. Now, I would prefer they do the Empire. I mean, from what we look like, it looks almost exactly the same. I didn't notice any. There might be, minor costume differences or something, but they look pretty much the same. So he could do either one. That would be my filler figure. I'm a little worried because I don't think the TIE Fighter pilot one came out very good. That figure I don't think came out really that well at all. But I guess maybe the only other main character. So I would say Maul, the AT-AT, Kyle Katarn is that's like a way off possibility. I don't really think that's necessarily, but that would be my video game choice.
Yeah.
And if they were, I would probably say if I would like to see if they were going to do another Legends,
Legends
style figure.
For one. Yeah,
I would like to see a Mara Jade.
Mara Jade. I was hoping you would
Yeah.
say that. Me too.
Yeah,
That's
Mara
on my
Jade
list.
is like she other than Thrawn to me is like the most important expanded universe character.
Yes.
I understand why like lots of people want her to come into the like maybe Star Wars canon, but I understand I completely understand why, because of the character arc they gave for Luke, making him a sad old hermit man. Unless you're gonna. Oh please! I've only ranted about it a couple times.
Me too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Unless they changed her arc and like Luke murdered her or something, killed her or something like that.
Well, that's what he does. He has that in him now. So
yeah. So
he's
I mean,
that kind of guy.
I mean, killing. He's got his father's youngling habits, and maybe he's got his wife killing habits. I don't know. But
right.
she would be probably like my outside chance for Legends. I would like to see, because they could use like the model from the 90s and stuff as the basis for her. Boom.
If Mara Jade is, I can't remember if she's in Galaxy of Heroes, because
she is.
So we got to remember, like, that's a license that a lot of these companies are tapping into because it's just easily accessible and there's so many characters.
And Disney usually wants the most. One of the reasons Nihilus, because the statue is also the sideshow statue, because I own that as well. That's based off the Galaxy of Heroes look. Yeah. So Disney wants them to use whatever. That's why the clone guys, all the clone commandos look like they do, instead of like the game ones not looking exactly like the games. They want whatever's the latest version or look to them to be used. So that would be my kind of ones we could see, but I'm sure we'll see mostly. I think we'll see a lot of episode 1.
Yeah, I mean that's
not episode 1, episode 4.
Yeah, that's a great list, and Mara Jade is one that I think a lot of people would want. So great list, dude. Fig, I think I have an idea of like where most of yours will be centered around. But what's like the top of your list that you think are very possible for this May the 4th, given everything that's going on for their Star Wars stuff right now?
Is it that obvious? Nah. Nah. I mean, what I think will happen is a New Hope. At least 1 or 2 figures from that. Maybe Empire, but I do believe they're gonna give us a few, like, like those Legends characters or the Couture characters. But of course we're gonna get a holographic clone, of course. We're gonna get one of those.
Someone mentioned that in the chat. They said some poorly colored trooper.
Yeah, this will happen.
It'll be like a see-through, like translucent blue clone or something.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna
we'll get like a early Christmas in July trooper with like Christmas colors.
Don't put that evil on us, Lee.
A Force sensitive Iron Man, of course. Let me stop. But I do think what I want, if I'm being honest with you guys, obviously, is more episode 1 love. We need a Queen Amidala, and they kind of tease like a little weird Cos baby or something holding a balloon, like
those
Queen
are
Amidala.
Weird. Dude, some of the stuff they do is like, I'm like, who is your market for this?
They need a new a separate Facebook page for that stuff.
Yeah,
I cannot stand waking up to a bunch of Hot Toys announcements, and it's Cos babies. I'm just like, you know what?
For real.
It's disgusting. I know.
What is this with everybody saying Lane wants Force Awakens stuff?
He does. Lane hits me up on the side, and he's like, yo, I'm really just messing around.
Hey, Sean said,
I love the sequels.
Artisan Kylo, I would take that, bro. I'm a die on that hill. I like Kylo.
That would go hard.
Oh, real quick, Thrawn said that Toys Assemble says the ATRT driver will be available on April 30th. 300 pieces. That's pretty limited. That is one among a lot of the other stuff that I might actually consider getting and just put it with my like A New Hope / original trilogy stuff, fit it in somewhere. But I'm not sure yet if I'm picking that one up or not. But that's interesting. You're
gonna have it collapsed or standing.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about the ATRT driver. Scratch that. I'm not getting this one. I'm thinking, my head's completely somewhere
He's
else.
a cool looking trooper.
Ignore that. This one I am not getting. Ignore that. My head just went somewhere. I'm thinking of the AT driver. Yes, thank you.
AT driver.
Yes, my head went somewhere else. That is one I'm passing on. I do think it looks cool. Sorry we didn't pull up the photos. Just in the interest of time, I'm like, most people are probably going to fall asleep during that one. So for the interest of time, I'm like, we'll skip it. But But yeah, I agree, Fig. I don't know if you had any more you wanted to throw in, but like episode 1, Obi-Wan is like criminally, like we should have had that 2 years ago, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we've had many different episode 1 announcements over the past few years, and how Obi-Wan hasn't been announced is crazy to me. We just got the episode 2 one, you know, not that long ago, and that one's about to release here in the next like 3-4 months. So
I feel like episode 2 and 3 have gotten so much love in the past 5 to 6 years, but I feel like episode 1 is really lacking. Like I would love a pod racer Anakin with a pod. That'll be so crazy to me. Like if they could put that
Yeah.
together, like a nice
Yeah.
big vehicle like that, that'll look crazy.
it's working. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Everybody who's dropping their ideas in the chat, I'm gonna go back through and we'll read them out once we get through the panels list. So keep dropping your ideas, and we'll go through and read them out.
It's funny as could you say I might be getting that ATRT trooper with the Walker. I'm
Yeah,
considering picking that up.
For me, it's just like space. I'm like, I don't want to dedicate.
Oh, I know.
Space.
Well,
but-
an item I was going to get that was going to take up space with like that size, I'm probably not going to get it more. So that's why I'm considering maybe that, because I like the trooper and the thing. But I got to see the movie first and see like, is it kind of cool and stuff.
Yeah. Chris, did you have a particular few figures you wanted to see, or any that you think are likely outside of obviously like Mando and Grogu stuff?
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, a given. Everybody loves Mando and stuff like that, so you can't really stray too far from that and whatever
Yeah.
clone. But what I'd like to see, like Fig was saying, probably more prequel stuff. Like I would take, I already said episode 1, Obi-Wan, and Artisan Qui-Gon, because I think Qui-Gon's likeness isn't.
He's
as
already
strong.
outdated
You don't
at this
care
point.
for the hair, yeah, his outfit's still on point to me, but it's really that sculpt that could be improved, where they could do that, give him, you know, one of those USB-C lightsabers that nobody cares for, but it's still cool. It's somewhat of an upgrade.
Preach.
Yeah.
And then just random weird characters. Like if we got Jar Jar, you know, I'd love to see Watto and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
who knows? Only time will tell, to be honest.
Watto, I'm excited for that Jar Jar. I feel like that's like a sleeper. Either people forgot about it, they don't care. I love Jar Jar. I always have, as stupid as he is and silly. I always thought he was a fun character. And
Shoot, I wouldn't even complain if they went more quarter scale stuff.
yeah,
Like if we saw something different like that. Like if you wanted to give some prequel figures in quarter scale. Like we saw a Han Solo. Will they do that in 1/6?
yeah, and that's kind of why I said like I could see them starting on A New Hope early, because it's like, why would they randomly just drop that Han
They
Solo?
could do
and not wait?
Chewie A New Hope again.
Oh, that would be nuts. If they did it in quarter scale to go with that Han too, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those are some great ideas, and I like I said, especially that
Armboy
Obi-Wan.
Luke's definitely overdue too. Like
Yeah.
the Obi-Wan still holds up, got that, but that Luke could definitely use a makeover.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I want to read a couple out before we finish off with.
I'd love a
Mike.
Dooku 2.0 too, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I
and that
said
one
I'd
still
only do
holds
it if
up.
they get the speeder.
Yeah. I don't know about that. So Rusty wants a Tarkin 2.0. I mean, I could see it. I will say that one still does hold up pretty well, but I know that's one that a lot of people are waiting for. We got 16 Star Wars Pimpazoid in the house. He says, "What's up? Let's go Star Wars." Yes, sir. By the way, guys, 73 people watching. If you haven't already, please consider dropping a like on the stream. I might be dropping some free channel memberships here soon if we get some likes up on this stream. But I appreciate you all for being here as always. Peyton, what's up, by the way, Peyton? Good to see you, my friend. He says, Stormtrooper, Luke, and Han 2.0s. Those are great figures. I love those figures. They're some of my favorite original trilogy in my collection. Yeah, Darth Traya would be sick. Darth Traya is another one. Like, if they could somehow make her sabers, like, levitate using those, like, clear little poles that they've done for, like, the bat bases and stuff with the little clusters of bats on them, that'd be sick, dude. Defective dropping the crazy shaven Chewbacca. I don't know if that one would sell. We got my dude Figures and Fan. I knew that was his hat, dude. I just knew it. I could smell it from a mile away. But what's up, Steve? Good to see you, my friend. One of our esteemed hotline hotties. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for being here as always. like Sean was saying, Artisan Kylo, I would definitely be in for that for sure, with some updated paint apps, proportions, all that jazz. Admiral Akbar, another one that I'm very shocked that they haven't done. I'm almost shocked that like Sideshow hasn't just decided to like randomly do that one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I want to see Hot Toys take a crack at that.
Me
Good
too.
call.
It's a trap, and you have him pointing, dude. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like they could easily do like a mini chair diorama for him too, like nothing
that'd be
crazy.
nice.
Come on,
Yeah.
now. You're printing money for 10 people that want it,
Fun fact
and
for
I'm
that.
one of them. I'm one of them. I'm surprised. You know, Yavin Ceremony, those figures have not been touched. Like Sideshow did them a long, long time ago. It's such a simple outfit. I'm very shocked they haven't touched that look. Ash Chase throwing in Deadpool and Wolverine stuff here. Hopefully, for Blade, I'm sure he's talking about the one of the trilogy Blades. Yes, they definitely have to finish the Clone Commandos. Another Hot Toys move there, not finishing the team. I don't know if that Dooku would be considered a tease. I think that would be more so like them just using an older figure. That's kind of what I took for that one because it didn't look like it was new, but what do I know? It could be something different, but that's what it looked like to me. You know what else I want? Like one of the assassin droids. I would really love to see one of those. That's like one of my favorite droid designs from the prequels, especially from like, the Clone Wars show. I always thought those were like really dope, the way that they're like so quick and acrobatic, and they have that little like vibro blade on their back. I would love to see Hot Toys take a crack at those. And also, where is that other freaking the silver colored Magna Guard? I'm still waiting for that one. I'm upset they didn't do that one.
That might never come.
At this point, yeah, at this rate, might not. What's up, SG Collectibles? Good to see you, my friend. We got Kaiju Daddy in the house. I was just talking about you earlier, Kaiju Daddy. Yeah, me with my like pile of 1/12 scale figures on my desks now, thanks to But yes, I am the if we're talking 1/12, I'm the LPZZ hotline.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. But good to see you, my friend. Like I said, guys, check out Kaiju Daddy for all your 1/12 scale. He's okay with 1/6. He's got to get his numbers up. Just kidding. He's got more than enough 1/6 to go around. That's for sure.
You got to pump those numbers up.
Right? Yeah. He's got more than I think we even know. Chrome TIE Fighter pilot. I don't know about that one, dude. I don't want that. Yeah, I mean, maybe they do. I mean, I'm a big Cost Baby guy myself. I have one here on my desk. I'm pretty sure I got this one for free. Like they had like a deal.
Lord of the Cos babies.
They're cute and all. Don't get me wrong. They're very effective for what they are. They're great designs.
It's just a glorified Funko Pop.
It's just like I'd rather it be on a separate page so I don't have to see.
Damn, bro, they got Zord on their payroll. He's promoting the cosplay. I'm just joking. By the way, guys, shout out to Zord. When Nihilus dropped, his photos were the first thing that I gravitated to, and I hit him up and I'm like, dude, like you're freaking. He has an eye for certain characters, and what he did with Nihilus and using the Scarlet Witch base, it was just amazing. And the way that the colors of the lightning and everything played with the background colors. If you guys aren't aware, and I know I'm always shouting him out, but Zord is a blogger for Hot Toys now, and his photos are some of my favorite because Zord understands as collectors where lighting is very important for a final release of a product, and it's good to have him on our side in that regard. And yeah, shout out to Zord. His photos were amazing of that Nihilus. It absolutely killed it. Artisan Leia would be interesting. I don't know if I would want an artisan version because that's like a kind of a complicated hair design. It would be cool, but of course I'd be worried about the hairline a little bit for that one because the hair would have to be super tight and then have those space buns. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'd be fine with sculpted on that one.
One we're not talking about we could get from episode 4 is you could get Boba Fett episode 4.
Yeah.
Because he does appear in the special edition.
That would be interesting for sure. Kaiju's over here talking about an Ewok caravan. I don't know about that one, dude, man. Maybe eventually.
I recently showed that to my son.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Sean said, howdy, Henry. What's up, Sean? Good to see you. That profile picture is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Is that like an egg that's painted or a spoon or a balloon? I don't know.
Balloon or something? I think it might be a balloon.
I thought that was Squidward.
Then Mike can make all of his kids sad by watching the open 10 minutes of the next movie.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
right.
I have a whole plan about how I'm going to show my. So I got this right here from '95, unopened. So I might have to buy a VCR, but I do have the despecialized editions on Blu-ray as well. So I made my own like cases, and they have all official artwork in them and stuff like that.
Next year you're gonna have to take him to see episode 4 and move.
Well, I was gonna say, so my son will be like 4.5, 5 around that time, which is perfect. It'll be his first. I'm planning that it'll be his first movie theater experience. So. Lucky kid will get to see that. I didn't get to see it I've seen it in the movies. What was it, like 97? Something like that when they re-released them, 98. But yeah, real quick. Sorry, go ahead, Connor. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to say, sorry, Boba. I somehow missed this earlier, but 18 months as a Hotline Hottie. He said he's feeling the hotness. I mean, it's hard not to. So, Boba, this is for you as an apology for missing your message because I'm bad at that sometimes. So this is... We'll just say this is courtesy of Boba Fettuccine. 5 new Hotline Hotties, courtesy of Boba Fettuccine. We appreciate you, my friend. Lane's always our guy on letting... Okay, I retract this because Chris got one. We got to take it away. This is his, like, 3rd one. This dude's a freeloader at this point, man. He's getting it for free.
You get a membership. You get a membership.
You know,
right.
You should really thank me for supporting you so much, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. He didn't get my shirt, and then this is like his 3rd free Hotline Hottie membership. But we got Pedro Lopez collecting madness, Sal the designer. Let's go. QM and Piggy Outlaw. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. As always, like I said, these are courtesy of Boba Fettuccine. So welcome to the Hotline Hotties. As always, guys, don't forget, when your 1 month free is about to expire, maybe consider continuing your membership. It wouldn't hurt, right? It wouldn't hurt. But I appreciate you guys, and thanks
Chris
everybody
is
for
the
being
Yomo
here.
of memberships, man.
For real, bro. Yomo's always winning the figures. And
This
Chris
is my
always...
first time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Right. And Philly, thanks for being here, my friend. Another Hotline Hottie. Philly, I think you have officially changed your name over from Figurecraft to Philly Z. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you changed over, right? I think that's your new YouTube name. And I have not had a chance. I saw that you did a stream with Zord. I definitely have to check it out. I've luckily been able to see Zord over on Brick's channel and stuff a lot too, because I know every once in a while he'll stream with Brick. But I'll definitely have to check it out. I'm sure that was a fun time and very informative. But yes.
Dude, his videos are amazing. I just caught his bullet time video, The Matrix. He bought like a bullet time camera and app, and that's really sick. Well done, Philly. Yeah, I mean that guy's a pro, man. And Zord.
Yeah, that's sick. But yeah, well, guys, if you haven't already, check out. I think I'm right, Philly Z, and yeah, I think it's going to be a fun interview. I just have to check it out. I haven't had a chance. But did I miss yours? I did. See, Moose, you got to remind me, dude. I'm always missing this stuff. Dude, Moose is always cooking me in the chat. Moose, you have to know at this point, as many times as I've missed your messages and other people's, you just got to get used to it at this point. But Moose says, milestone chat gets ignored. Major diss by the host. Well, Moose, thank you so much, my friend. 28 months as a Hotline Hottie. As I always say, Moose, OG fan, the GOAT Hotline Hotties. I appreciate you, my friend. I didn't see it earlier because it's all I'm seeing for you. Well, I guess it popped up right before Boba, so it makes sense why I missed that one too. But
Moose doesn't let you get away with it, man. And by the way, Moose, you guys ever? I mean, I don't know. This is an old timey name, but Orson Welles. Go back and watch some Orson Welles interviews. Moose reminds me so much of Orson Welles, and I mean that as a compliment. I love Orson Welles, a big hero, inspiration of mine, and now whenever I see him, I think of Moose. So there you go.
All right. There you go. But Moose, thank you so much, my friend Boba Fettuccine. I appreciate it. And Big Dog Pound, Chris gave you your big intro in the beginning. He said if he's watching the replay, he got the belt out for you, but I'll give it for you real quick. Woo! Thanks for being here, my friend. Thanks for being a Hotline Hottie, and thanks for hyping up the chat. Woo! And yes, we have Philly, the artist formerly known as Prince. I mean, Figurecraft. Okay, good to know. Good to know. But let me see if I have any more. Sorry, guys, if I missed some of your suggestion comments. There's a lot to go through, so I do apologize. Bolt saying 7 Fixer. Those are the Commandos we're missing. Imperial Crosshair would be sick. I know Sean really wants him as well. Bosk, yeah, I would take any of the ESB bounty hunter crew. If they gave us all of them, I would be even happier.
Absolutely.
E-Web, Asajj, I'm shocked they didn't do an Asajj. And yes, the GOAT Luthen, the best character in Andor, in my opinion. I'm shocked they didn't do him. But,
Imperial Crosshair would be nice.
Yeah.
Especially for those who missed out, because like you can have the 4 and have that team.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. We get that Imperial Crosshair, now you're set.
Yeah, and he's going for a mint.
Can I throw a couple out?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is us rounding off this topic before we move on from Hot Toy stuff. So, Mike, take it away. What would you like to see, and what do you think like is more likely to happen?
What I think is more likely to happen is I think, like you said, we'll probably get obviously the Mando stuff, but maybe 1 or 2 episode 4, which is what I'm really holding out for, because I have a lot of Star Wars figures, and most of them are from like the prequels and the Clone Wars, because I've been waiting for this time period. Like I didn't want to buy backwards. I've only been collecting for 4 years. And even when I started, those episode 4 figures seem kind of a little dated. You know what I'm saying? You're with me on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's time. I'm ready for it. I'm going to buy every single one of them. I mean, that's where my love for Star Wars really began. I think like most of us. And now they have the technology where everything gets rolling eyes. Some's going to get Artisan. Like it's going to be maybe updated materials. So it's a great time for them to 2.0 a lot of that. Yeah.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Yeah,
Lane
sure.
has to go, so I want to
Yes.
I don't want to keep him waiting. Lane, thanks for being here as always, my friend. Lane wasn't even sure if he was able to make it. So Lane, I do appreciate you making time for us tonight. Sorry you have to head out early, but I know you were just excited to be back. So we do appreciate you for being here, my friend.
Yep.
Lover's Lane. Love you, Lane.
Thanks, guys. All right. Anyway, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Lane, we love you, dude. We
No,
appreciate you.
I literally was having a cough there, and I did not want to cough into the mic. All right. Anyway, hey, you guys.
I told him
all
I
have a
love
good
him, and he
night.
threw up in his mouth. Like,
Yeah,
what's up,
no,
man?
it's,
What's up, man?
I would have preferred that over just having to sneeze out like I just did and cough at the same time. All right. Anyway, hey, you guys have a great week. Hopefully, Hot Toys won't make us just wait to May the 4th before we start seeing this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised next week if we probably start seeing some early stuff, you know, just to lead into.
I agree.
Especially other Mando stuff. I think we're going to get a Mando.
Quiet,
I
right?
think we'll get a Mando figure this week, more than
So
likely. They're trying to get those out before in case the movie bombs.
Yeah.
They want to get it out there in case the movie bombs.
Right.
Either that or they have a lot of stuff planned. You know,
This
they just want to
movie
get it out
needs
of the way.
some surprise cameos that get word of mouth going. Because quite frankly, that's the only reason I'm going to see this movie. Is just to see if they have some surprises in there that make it worth it. You know?
Yep. Alrighty. Well, anyway, you guys have a great night.
Am I loud on this?
All right, see you, Lane.
No,
take care,
take
bro.
care.
Thanks for being here.
Later, guys.
See you, man.
All right, sorry to cut you off, Mike, but I didn't want to, leave Lane hanging
It's
because
all
I know he was
good.
trying to get out because he told me earlier I had to leave. But go ahead.
Yeah, so episode 4 stuff, and then for other stuff, like I personally would love to see. Now I don't think it's necessarily going to happen, but I would love to see a Kanan and Ezra from Rebels.
Oh,
like
man,
that
I'd
would
probably
fill the
cry.
gap in what we got from Ahsoka. It would satisfy the Rebels line for us, and yeah, that's really at the top of my list besides episode 4 stuff. As far as Mando, the only figure I would even consider buying from this film would be Sigourney Weaver's character, because I just recently, I think I just saw her in a Black series.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So they made her. There you go.
I just got her in. I only bought it because it's Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. So as far as people buying or hoping for Force Awakens, the only thing I'll say about that is Disney quietly let that anniversary come and go. There was no celebration for that at all.
Because it was 10 years.
It was 10 years last year. They're moving away from that in the theme parks.
Yeah.
They're replacing those characters with good characters. And, but Hot Toys is its own thing. Hot Toys doesn't care. But what I'm saying is they're not going to get the push from Disney to do anything Force Awakens anymore.
Yeah.
That's a relief to me. I'm sorry for those who want those figures. As long as they don't take a slot that I want, they can make as many Force Awakens figures as they want to make people happy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'd love some episode 1 stuff too.
No, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, friggin' Queen Amidala. Like, I have
Because
the
2 and 3 get a lot of love, or decent. 2 got a lot of love.
Yeah, it did.
But I'd like to see some more for 1.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like I said, the New Hope stuff I think is a given. I think a lot of those are very outdated now, and I think we're definitely going to see it. But yeah, hopefully
We need
soon.
the B1 droid too, from episode 1.
Yeah, why didn't we get the tan
We
B1?
do need
They showed
those.
it on the stap and everything, and they just said
I was
F
going to
off.
say, we got the Stap. I have 2 of them, and I don't want to necessarily put Anakin on. It's not like an Anakin vehicle. Like, you rode it for 3 seconds in 1 episode, you know? I want those
Yeah, and we got
B1s.
Anakin on the staff randomly.
It didn't make any sense. Like, I mean, again, he appeared in the show that way, but 1 episode for a brief moment. So it's cool to have that vehicle, but I want the droid to go on that vehicle. So.
Yeah. And hey, I'm excited for this too, Sal, because I was watching, what is that dude's name? I follow him. He does like a bunch of interviews. His name's Brandon. What is his last name?
Davis?
Yes, Brandon Davis. He went backstage and behind the scenes of the Mandalorian Grogu set, and he was showing off some really cool stuff. They had the Mandalorian's armor on display and everything, and I thought that was super cool. Clone Trooper said Poe is one of the... Yeah, I am getting that Poe. I do have a sequel trilogy shelf, but I kind of thinned it out a little bit recently, and I'm kind of thinning it out a little bit more. But I'm excited for that one. I definitely need an Oscar Isaac fig in the collection. You know, since he was giving me shit, I feel like I had to bring him in to talk some figures. So we got Kaiju Daddy.
The accent.
That dude, every time I'm in his chat, half the time I feel like he sees it and he's just like, fuck off. I'm always messing with him. But Kaiju knows that I'm always singing his praises and always telling people to check him out. But if you guys haven't already, I'm telling you, he's got a great group of guys there over on his channel. And I was just on his channel finally. Kaiju was probably shocked that I finally made time and agreed to it, because I feel like most of the time I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm busy. But he's persistent, and I'm glad he is, because it was a really fun time. And what a perfect time to bring Kaiju in as we're talking about Superman here, because that was the big discussion on Kaiju's stream was a Superman. And Kaiju has something in his background. Oh, yeah, so Kaiju, this is like a custom that you put together, right? I think you said
It's a
that was
kit badge. It's a kit badge.
the Sideshow body from the Sideshow Superman with like a third-party like recast Reeve head sculpt. Am I correct with that?
That looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it almost looks better than like the stock Hot Toys now, because that one's a bit dated.
It's great. This is the Sideshow, the comic Superman that came out, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, maybe more at this point. And then I didn't really like that head.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the Christopher Reeve one, and I've been good. And
Yeah.
the color tones match, so which is great.
Yeah, it's pretty close. And you have the phone booth and everything, which I know a bunch of people are in the comments being like, why didn't you? Yeah, look at this.
Good luck.
Guys. Look at this. Like he doesn't need the phone booth. He's good. He's set.
That's
That's
nice.
hard.
Lights up and everything. And those
Damn.
lights are bright as
Nice.
shit.
Damn.
And he's got,
I
think
got
you have
I
the,
got 3 of them.
Is there
One's
a
got
trench coat?
one's got Trinity. I got
Oh.
a Trinity in one,
Nice.
and then I got obviously Superman, and then the other one is just kind of trying to figure out what to do with its life.
I'm not surprised that you have 3 of them. I feel like
Of course.
you have
Of
3 of
course.
everything, dude. You just got to stop. I was saying on Kaiju stream the other day, I'm like, I don't know where he puts all of this stuff, because if you guys don't know, he helps people out all the time getting them stuff for retail. 1/12, 1/6, doesn't matter. And I'm like, I don't know where he puts all of this shit, but he finds a
man.
way. He finds a way.
That ATRT, man, 300 only.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm very surprised by
I'm
that.
getting
I guess...
5, brother. I'm gonna get 5.
Okay, dude. 5. Look, all right. So since we're talking about the Superman, I know you said this guy said, when's the Star Wars over? The Star Wars is over. Don't worry. We're talking about Superman now. It is, dude. It's really sick, and I'm surprised they haven't done it. He said, hey, listen, some of us like Star Wars, and honestly, lately, I feel like there's been an absence of Star Wars, so give the Star Wars lovers like myself our time.
Highlight me, Connor. Highlight me, Connor.
I'll highlight you. Okay, I'll pull
Oh
you up.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
is the
yeah.
figure. This is
Oh,
the figure that you
yeah.
just made me spend money on, dude. You totally FOMO.
Oh
me.
yeah.
But I will say this though. That person gave me a very, very good deal.
He
Because
did?
someone else hit me up and they wanted double that. So
Oh yeah.
all right, yeah, they wanted double. Yeah.
Did it ship?
Yes, it did ship. Yeah, the guy was very good, very very good. He was
Nice.
very responsive. He sent me photos of everything, so I'm looking forward to it. And I got a custom.
He actually bought 4 of the Maz 112 Jokers off me.
Damn.
Yeah, he
Wow.
customizes. He does a lot of customizing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Better late than never. Look, I have been on there before, but as of late, Kaiju streams a lot, so he gives me a lot of opportunities to come on, and he knows, like, just like everybody has stuff going on, so he's always giving me a chance.
He's always blue balling me all the time.
Hey, I got to keep you guessing. But guys, I want to talk about the Christopher Reeve 2-pack from InArt. To say this pack looks incredible, I think, is an understatement. This is one, for those of you guys that don't know, this was actually originally shown off in 2023, October of 2023. And at the time, it really didn't look that good. The head sculpts were kind of rough. The body proportions were kind of all off. The Clark Kent sculpt was mostly there, actually, if I'm being honest. But we are all wondering what was taking it so long. If you haven't already noticed by the insane reaction to this set, this is a very beloved version of Superman. For most people, this is the Superman. Christopher Reeve, the first 78 film, is like one of the most iconic Superman live action moments ever. So I think for a lot of people, this one's very special, and I'm happy to say I think InArt did a very good job on it. Of course, like everything, I have my minor gripes with it. I think the biggest thing for me in terms of the actual Superman himself is the logo. I think they need to adjust that. It kind of looks like a patch almost, and I get it, probably for durability's sake is why they did that, because that like some previous versions, like from Hot Toys, have had issues with like cracking on the logo, and third-party companies did as well. But this looks great, man. And I said this when this first got dropped in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group chat, but the way that they were able to kind of like replicate Christopher Reeve's like signature abdominal area where he has like that like vacuum looking pose underneath the suit is pretty amazing. And I think maybe they could slim out his waist just a hair and make it look even better. But even as it's displayed here, dude, like, yeah, I think they could slim his waist a little bit. But with that being said, this being a prototype still and knowing that InArt will make adjustments, I think this looks incredible. As it stands right now, if this is what we got, like, it doesn't really get much better than this. It doesn't. And I've seen some people saying, like, oh, I would love to see rooted hair. Why haven't they done rooted hair? And I will agree with that. I was hoping to see rooted hair on this one, but seeing that they've made it so you can swap the hair pieces between the two head sculpts, I think that probably was the smarter decision to go the sculpted route. Because for those you don't know, you actually can take the two head sculpts between Clark and Superman and interchange them with the hair pieces, which I think is very clever. And I think that's probably why, for keeping the cost down, but also giving you those options, I think that's why. Kaiju, how do you feel about that? I know I saw some people in your chat even mentioning the rooted hair, and I saw some people commenting on that as well. How do you feel about, like, not only the figure itself, but like the decision they made there?
I think you nailed it with the hair because Superman has that iconic twirl.
Yeah.
And reproducing that with rooted hair, I think, is going to be very problematic. Yeah. So I think the sculpted is the way to go. Having it interchangeable is definitely the way to go. So I'm over the moon with these. I think they're perfect. I'm grabbing 2 sets. So
yeah, that's Kaiju said. Got to get 2 sets minimum. I'm like, dude. Even Hot Toys Hotline circa 2025 wouldn't have done that. Like,
I need 2 clocks. If they sold clocks separately, I just get 2 clocks and 1 Superman. But
that's
I need
how they
clocks.
Get you. So now you got to find somebody that wants the other Superman. Maybe you can work it out.
What are you talking about?
There it is. So he wants 2 2-packs. But no, I don't blame you. I know this one's really special for you, obviously, because you went through all that effort to put together that kit bash. You've got the phone booth, so like you're ready to go, and you could just take that little kit bash and kind of stick it in the corner once the InArt sets show up. And dude, you're crazy, man. Hey, at least I'm trying to set a good example. Kaiju's crazy. Don't follow him. But yeah, I agree. And like, of course, I like rooted hair just as much as the next guy. And 10 times out of 10, if they have both options, and I know Fig, you feel this way as well. Like, we're gonna go for the rooted hair. But Kaiju made a great point. Like, getting this kind of slicked down to stay in this styling would be very difficult. And it's like, you're not going to do the swap out pieces with rooted hair, because you know how people are. They're going to take it and maybe fat finger it or mess up the hair in some way, and it's just not going to look the same as it does out of the box. So I do think this is the right decision. And I do love the option to swap the sculpts, because I actually kind of prefer the smiling face on Superman. I really like it. I didn't think I was going to, but I think this looks more like a Clark Kent, you know, trying to like stay undercover. You know, I think it works. I really like that. But
they're getting better with their sculpted hair too.
Yeah, which has been like kind of a detractor for me for InArt. I feel like their sculpted hair has not been very good, especially like that Joker. I know the Joker was their first figure, but that hair was so bad. And it's Aragorn even, I think, in my opinion, is not very good either when it comes to the sculpted hair. But I do see improvement, especially with Batman and now these Superman figures for sure. Jeff is saying they said that they will take another look at the logo. That's good. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's something minor. You know, there's a lot of things you can pick out with these figures, like minor details. Like I was talking to, shout out to Brick Artemis. We were kind of, because Brick's really excited about this one, and we were talking about like the details that could use some improvements. And he pointed out that the tie should be a little bit darker of a red on Clark. So like minor things like that, they always are willing to kind of to look back at it. As long as people are pointing it out, I think that's the most important thing, is making sure that you like voice that. They're like, hey, this needs improvement. But it seems like a lot of people are kind of sharing their thoughts. Let's see. Peyton says this Reeve Soups looks dope. I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in for the 2-pack. I'm actually going to make a poll, because for those of you guys that don't know, InArt is doing a 2-pack on this. So they're doing a single version and a 2-pack. So I'm curious. So we'll do InArt Reeve Superman 2-pack or single. Okay, so
or none.
Yeah, and I'll put in the none, because I always get roasted for not doing the none. So 2-pack, single, and then for y'all who love the none option because you just want to roast me, there we go. We got the none. But someone pointed out, where was I getting with that? Where's that comment? Okay, I've lost the comment. Shit. All right, I'm drawing a blank. Fig, I want to jump to you because I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this overall, because I know this is like outside of your kind of eras that you focus on, but I know you've kind of been like looking closely at this one because you really appreciate what InArt does because you collect a lot of their figures. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, and also pricing wise. I feel like if you could get this directly through InArt, you're just like robbing them blind, because I think you get free shipping on this, and then they did like a 30 off coupon for Easter, and I'm like, that's a crazy deal. Crazy deal, because it was what, $539 for the 2-pack directly from InArt, and then how much was the single? $325, I think.
About 330
like
or something. Yeah,
like that. I feel like those are very fair prices.
Yeah. Plus, you know, you get a code, the Hot Toys Hotline code.
Yes, if you get from Kit, yeah. Why am I not shamelessly plugging myself here? I should make like a little banner for that. But yes, guys, if you haven't ordered this from Kit yet, I do have a code. It's HTH Reeve. I'll put it in the comments if you guys are still looking to pre-order. And this is unique. This is unique to this figure. So if you've used the hotline code previously, that's a one-time use code. You could still use this. Thank you so much, Valk, for the $4.99 super chat. You are too kind, my friend. By the way, what's up, Valk? I might have missed you in the chat, so I apologize. But Valk said, Superman 2-pack shocker. I know, dude. 2-packs are kind of a way of the past for Hot Toys lately, and I love to see the 2-packs. I love the packaging. I love the presentation, so I'm excited to see a 2-pack from InArt because I love the 2-pack unboxing experience. But I appreciate you, my friend. That is $4.99 towards my InArt Superman 2-pack.
Let's go.
Shocker, I did pre-order it because I've been waiting for this one for a while, and I did sell mine, my Hot Toys version, quite some time ago. But sorry, Fig, go ahead, share your thoughts, because I know this is one that you're really excited to talk about, even despite not wanting to add this to your collection at this time.
Yeah. I think this is a work of art. I feel like both of these figures, both the Clark and the swap out hair options, I feel like are next level. That's just making this, they're just giving you so many options. My only gripes with these figures, specifically with Superman, is the emblem on the chest. I feel like it's supposed to be a fabric, not plastic. Like,
yeah.
And also, can we get a closer look at the Pebble of Solitude?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I cannot believe I didn't even bring that up. Come on, bro. Yeah,
that is
one.
just disrespectful.
So tell them what we're referring to, because that's like a little inside joke that we came up with here. So there it is, right there.
There
the
it
Pebble
is.
Of Solitude.
Smack dab in the back. You see it? Just a nice little snowman head crumpled up. You know,
dude.
Like I feel so like I love InArt's diorama bases. Like I love their Joker, both of their Joker bases. I love their just all of their dioramas that they've done in the past, and they do it well. Like there's weight to them. It has great materials. It really captures the moment of those, of those scenes. And I feel like they've been going away from it, and I don't like it. And I was on the chat for the streams going crazy, like bring back the dials, bring back the dials, bring back. And they told me, hey, if you feel so strongly about it, go on our website and email us on support. And that's what I did. And they said they're going to consider it. So if any of you guys have any issues with InArt or anything you feel like they should improve on, email them on their support page. And hopefully with enough of us, we can get them to give us more again,
Yeah.
Because I noticed a downtrend ever since Legolas, I think. Ever since Legolas, they've been offering less and charging people more.
With the Harry Potter stuff, too.
Yeah, the Harry Potter line is seeing a downtick as well with accessories. I think they went too hard on Harry, and it cost them production time. So they're like, hey, maybe they won't notice. They want faster, we'll give you faster. So I totally agree with that. Fig, maybe you can answer this, because I know it's not mentioned on their website. And I do recall someone asking it on the stream. Didn't they say that it does not have magnetic eyeballs? I can't remember, but...
I think the base is magnetic from what she said. She said this is the one base that they're bringing back, I guess, that's magnetic. So,
but no mention of the eyeballs?
I don't think the eyes are magnetic.
I think I remember them saying they're not going to be magnetic.
Like, why? You know what I mean? It's like, they work so well on... I have Snape, obviously, in the collection. Why? Maybe because the hair pieces are removable. They're like, oh, you can... Which, whatever. But... I really liked that feature. I was kind of hoping they would continue with it.
But the base is magnetic, which is weird.
Yeah, the base is magnetic,
If the hair piece is magnetic,
I guess
then it would interfere with the eyes because they keep going up.
That is a great point.
That's why I'm here, Kana.
Yeah, that's why we pay you the big bucks.
But even Lord of the Rings, none of the new, like Gimli, his eyes aren't magnetic. That's kind of weird. Like they're not kind of introducing that to their whole new brand of figures, like their new lines and just in general.
Yeah, so it's interesting the base is magnetic. But yeah, guys, the joke is why does the 2025 Corn Sweat base on his Fortress of Solitude base, he's got the little ice crystals all around the base, and considering it's smaller, it still looks very good, and it kind of gets that point across. Why on this base did they decide to put one tiny little cluster of crystals and then the rest of the base is blank?
Could be a Warner Brothers
along the back of it, like at least finish the back of it.
I don't know though, Kaiju, because it's like, I know the Hot Toys figure is like older at this point, but that one had the Fortress of Solitude base, and then like, the both Corn Sweat bases recently had a Fortress of Solitude. I don't get it. Like, I don't know if they think like they're being minimalistic to save on price, but to be fair, in the stream, shout out to Fig and other guys that were commenting, because I unfortunately missed both lives. They did say they would consider adding more crystals, because I saw her read out the comment and she did say she would consider it. So I don't get it. When I saw this, I was like super pissed, because that Corn Sweat base, I don't think it's as cool as the Hot Toys one, but it looks good. Like the whole outer base has crystals on it, even if it's like just the back wall, and maybe if one was a bit taller than the rest, it's just to kind of like get that point across. I just don't quite understand it. Obviously,
you remember the prototype base? The prototype base was special.
Was sick, yeah. It had the little podium and everything with it was cool.
That would have been
and that's true, Christopher. Yeah, they definitely used that as like a way to mask the flight pole. But still, I don't know. I'm still going to complain about it. I just want to see more on that base.
So you would have preferred a wider base with more crystals protruding from the back?
Oh, I would be even fine with just this base with more crystals.
But then the bases, they wouldn't be symmetrical with the clock and the Superman.
Oh, I don't care about that personally, because
that doesn't matter.
No, because the Fortress of Solitude is so important to the character. That's like his domain, So I would have preferred a bit more of a representation there, and I don't think it would have thrown it off. in a perfect world, we would have gotten the phone booth, and maybe, you know, InArt has done dio bases by themselves. Maybe down the road they'll decide to do that. Who knows? Maybe they won't. It's not a deal breaker for me, clearly, because I pre-ordered the 2-pack, and for you, you know, you're set because you're ready to go, and that's awesome. Like that's gonna look so freaking good, especially like, you know, you were talking about how you had him kind of grabbing the door as if he's just stepping out. Like that's gonna look amazing. But yeah, this base for me is just kind of plain. I don't really care for it. Dude, that is a great idea. Imagine if that flight pole was one big crystal. That would be sick. That's a great idea. That's totally doable. I mean, look what Hot Toys did. With their flight pole, they made it magnetic, and it was a great system. Like, you could really swing that thing around and pause, and it wouldn't move, you know? It would stay, like, pretty solid on there. And to their credit, it didn't damage the figure at all. Like, it was a pretty good system for the corn sweat.
They could have done something like Harry Potter, bro, where, like, you know how there's a smaller base within the
drops out. Yeah, that's what I was actually saying that to Chris. Yeah. He never used a phone booth. Clark did. Clark used a phone booth, right?
No, he like looks at a phone.
He looks at like it's just a stand. It's not a booth.
Yeah, and it's kind of a nod and kind of a comedic moment because he looks at it and then he runs into the alley.
Yeah, you're right.
He's
so he
like
goes to the doors.
It's like one of those things that's like you misremember it because in pop culture, like people see it a different way. So it's like I'm definitely due for a rewatch. Right, I'm definitely due for a rewatch. But either way, it would have been cool. And obviously, a lot of people were asking for it. So it's like, I guess in a licensed fashion, I guess they couldn't do it because it's like that's just like fan service at that point. Philly says when they do 2-packs, they should have done a 2-figure. That's also a great point, and kind of goes along with what Kaiju was saying, where he would want the bases to kind of look symmetrical with each other. Like I said, for me, I wouldn't personally be bothered by that because it wasn't really a deal breaker. But I do understand that. But yeah, Superman needs to
add more SKUs, bro. I think that's what they need to do. Add 2 more SKUs for deluxe diorama bases, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So this is like the total view here of everything it comes with. Obviously, kind of about what we expected. You know, there's not really much else they could have included.
The $1 million question is, does the clock come with that Superman suit underneath that shirt? Or do you have to apply it?
I think in the stream they did say it's already pre-installed, right, Fig? I think.
Okay, because I remember someone asking, and I didn't remember getting an answer.
I missed
that part. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think when I was watching the second stream, someone asked it, and they did answer it, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure they did.
Because if they don't, that's going to be a pain in the ass.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like it will, because it's like, why would you not? It's just going to be underneath the shirt anyway.
Yeah.
Because one of the exciting things about this release is that I don't have to do all that much. I don't have to like spend an hour putting a belt on and all that.
Yeah, like Pattinson Batman and
and all the Lord of the Rings figures.
Yeah. Bailey says it's a great package for sure. I'm really on the edge. Bailey, let me ask you this: what is keeping you from pre-ordering? Is it like you have a bunch of other stuff lined up, and because this is like, you know, you have time. I think InArt has stated when they're cutting off their pre-orders. The way they worded it is it's a limited time set but unlimited quantity. That's how they worded it in their stream. So it's not necessarily like a limited edition. I would venture to say that this is going to sell very, very well for them. This is going to be a huge seller. Just like Yost is doing Linda Carter Wonder Woman. These characters have so much of a fan base. Like, it's just like a guaranteed money printer, you know? Which is why I'm surprised it took so long for them to put this one out. Moose says InArt likes to make dioramas well after a figure is made. Yeah, dude, they did like what 3 or 4 rock bases, and like Kit carries them, and I think he still has some of them in stock.
They never really promote that stuff either. It's strange.
No, they don't. They did it at first when they did the first one, but after that, they don't say a peep about it. Yeah, the magnetic shirt is a great touch, and I always like that. Like, I've seen other figures they've done that with. Like, for example, you know, Kaiju, I wonder if I beat you to this one as well. The 1/12 scale Riddler here. He's got a magnetic jacket, and
Is he?
Yeah, and it's awesome because you could just pull the magnets aside to access. I don't know why you would take the jacket off because that's like the look, but it's a dope figure. Huh?
112 Hotline.
I know, right? Mars Toys Hotline, or was this under? I think this was under Mars Toys.
His buddy.
Oh, I've got his buddy on my desk too. I just got him in finally, but yeah, diorama sold separately in the comments. Shirt. Oh, so the shirt itself is magnetic as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it just pops on and off. So I would venture to say maybe it is pre-installed, but who knows? But it being magnetic, even if it's not, like that's not a huge deal. I want to pull up some more photos though, because we haven't really had a chance to like look at all the photos. So another thing I want to commend them on with these figures are the paint apps on the hands. Like, I think InArt's paint apps for the most part have been very good. Despite Hot Toys like overly tanning all of their head sculpts, they've always had really nice depth to their head sculpts. And I think InArt has evolved quite a bit since the beginning when it comes to the depth in their paint. And these hands look incredible. And of course the paint apps on the face as well. But this is something like I immediately noticed because, you know, they were doing shots like this where it kind of brings your focus onto those hands. And not to mention, hey, you know how much I complain about wired capes? We get interchangeable capes on this, which I love. And I think that's a must, especially when I'm getting into these 1/12 scale figures. I think that's something like I'm missing with them. I'm like, I love my drape capes so much. So it's nice to see when companies are doing options for both because I just prefer drape capes. I'm just a drape cape guy. You know, call me a noob at posing wired capes. I think a lot of it has to do with like Hot Toys using really shitty wiring in most of their capes, and it's just kind of like steered me away. But also for Batman, especially Batman in particular, I love that like just straight up drape cape look, arms at his sides. Like that's how I like Batman to look. So I never really care to have it like an in-action pose like that. Yeah, I do think this is probably a likely change, just given the feedback. There's been a lot of people that have commented on this, so I'm excited to see what they do with that. I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself here because I think
I think their proto of this Superman had a fabric emblem, I believe. That's the crazy thing about it. It did have a fabric.
It's been so long, I can't remember. Funky, by the way, what's up, dude? There are rolling eyeballs, but they're not magnetic. And Kaiju definitely hit the nail on the head. I didn't even think of that. Because the hair piece on the top is magnetic, that's probably exactly why they didn't include it. Because it would have completely thrown off the polarity and the eyes would be going all over the place and it just wouldn't have worked. So that's exactly why they did that for sure. So no magnetic eyes, but they are rolling eyeballs.
But it's not rooted hair, so I don't mind that much. Like I hate having to take off a rooted head to change the hair.
Dude, it's brutal. It's brutal.
It's terrible.
Especially on the like Pattinson and Harry Potter where there's like a little strip of hair that you're supposed to like separate. That was awful. Dude.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Awful. I'm like, I'm never touching this ever. But so I know I'm getting the 2-pack. Kaiju is crazy and he's getting two 2-packs. Mike, I know what you're doing, but I guess we have to share it with everybody here. Are you getting the 2-pack, the single, nothing?
Oh, I'm getting the 2-pack. I think it looks great. You know, it's not perfect, but like I'm not the kind of person that's like it's got to be perfect. Like this is as perfect as it needs to be for me to buy it. Yeah. There are little nitpicks. Like, see the knees there? I hope they fix the knees.
Yeah, they are
I don't like the way those joints look on the knee.
Yeah.
I think his body is a hair too wide in the torso and the waist. I think his arms are a little too big.
I just love he's like, yeah, I'm not much of a nitpicker, but
No, I'm a nitpicker, but it doesn't stop me from spending my money. Because I know that when it's on my shelf, it's going to satisfy me and the money is worth it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
But if I could suggest changes to them, those would be some things. The S we talked about. I think considering the Clark only comes as a 2-pack, it should say Clark Kent on the base, not Superman.
Yeah.
So I'd like for them to change that.
Yeah.
Obviously the glasses could be a little thinner, but I think that's the limitation of the material.
Of manufacturing. Yeah, I think so too.
I do love that they're giving you the hat wearing hairpiece, so you don't have to jam the hat over this hair. Yeah. So like it, the hat will fit really nicely.
Yeah, that looks great.
And obviously the 2 sculpts, I think look so great. And I think this is the way I'm going to go. I want the smiling Clark and the serious Superman. Having the kryptonite is a nice thing to have, but it doesn't really fit the head sculpts.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Not
the right expression for that.
Yeah, I'd like the green crystal, even though he's not. I mean, that's more of a Superboy thing, more of a Smallville thing, having the crystal, because that's what he throws it. But how many accessories can you really give Superman? So it is nice that he does have this at least.
Yeah, I'd rather this was like an obvious one that they were going to include because there's not many.
It's cool to have. I like that it's included.
Yeah, I agree, and it looks very good in these photos. I like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's really all I got to say about it. You know, you guys have commented on the symbol. I don't mind I don't care what material the symbol is, as long as it looks right. So if they're saying, hey, fabric doesn't lie right on the chest, or it can move, or fine, make it rubber, but it has to be more seamless, like we've said, and really sell the illusion of being fabric if you're going to do that. And I don't think they've quite gotten there yet with it. So, but again, if this is what I get, I'll be happy with it. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, if it shipped as it is right now, I would be happy. If they do make improvements to it, I'll be even happier. I think that's the best way to word it, because, you know, out of the box, you know, prototype as we see it, I think this is a fantastic offering. I mean, you know, you really can't. It doesn't get much better than this in 1/6. That's just like the best way to word it. And like, yeah, we have some minor things they could change. You know, I never really noticed the knees, and now I see exactly what you're talking about. Does it really bother me that much? Not really, but you know, imagine if they could make that a bit more seamless, like kind of smooth over that joint, or you know, I don't know how they would do that, but it would be.
Well,
cool.
It could just be a seamless leg, you know.
Yeah,
but
that's true. But, you know, as it stands, like, it's a very, very solid prototype and a huge improvement. Apart from them changing the base over the 2023 prototype, I think it's a huge improvement. Dude, I know. That's what I'm most excited for. And those of you guys that own InArt, I think we can all attest to their unboxing experience. It's just different, right? And, you know, some people might say a box is a box. I throw it away anyway, and I totally respect that. But for me, when you're unboxing an InArt figure, it's like you don't want to handle it some type of way, because they make you feel like it's more premium than it actually is. You know what I mean? It's premium, of course, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's like you've got the grand idol right in your hand. And you're like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to break it. This thing's rare. There's only a certain amount of them. You know what I mean? Like they just have a
set of gloves, bro. With their
right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique experience, and I love the little like movie ticket stubs that they do. I kind of want to like put all of those in a frame together with all the InArt figures I have. I think that would be really cool. If I could only have one, Reeve or Man of Steel. Look at you, bro. Got him at the ready. That's crazy.
You feel me?
About to go see an InArt feature film.
Let's go.
I think I kind of know the answer from most people on the panel. For me, so my Superman is Cavill, but the Man of Steel suit is not my favorite suit of all of his suits. So out of those two, got to go Christopher Reeve. Like it's just too iconic. The red trunks, you know, you see we finally have the red trunks back in live action. I would definitely go Christopher Reeve. And we're going to talk about that tease shortly, but yeah, for me it would definitely be Christopher Reeve. Kaiju, I can't imagine what your answer is. You're like, oh gee, I don't know. I mean,
Tom Welling.
Mike, I don't know your answer.
It's definitely not Tom Welling. I have a personal beef with him.
Tom Welling.
No, he and I almost got in a fist fight once. But,
For real?
Yeah. He was hitting on my girlfriend.
Dang.
Oh. We got to talk backstage.
I didn't like that. Yeah. But I love Henry Cavill. But if I could only have one, it'd be Christopher Reeve, because he's who I grew up with, and he's who started it all. Amazing human being. So I'd like to honor his life and how I felt about him as a kid. He inspired me very much. Yeah, he's like what made me want to get into acting as a kid, and I did that. I only stopped acting 5 or so years ago. So, but yeah, he inspired me a lot in my life. So it would definitely be him if I could only choose one. But I love Henry too. I think he was born to play the role, and I love the InArt figure I have, and I'd probably get the Man of Steel too.
Yeah, it's a tough choice, but you know, if we were talking like his Justice League suit, which is my personal favorite, then we might be talking something different. But the Man of Steel suit, I love it. It's just, you know, come on, it's Christopher Reeve.
You talking about the black one?
No, like the main Justice League suit, the red and blue with those bright colors. Usually I kind of like the darker colors. Like Wonder Woman, I prefer her darker like BVS look, her Justice League look, versus like the 84 with the brighter colors. But something about that Justice League suit I really love, with like the piping and everything on it, just looks great. Regional Sith, to answer your question, I would say probably not. I know that they are doing Millie Alcock's Supergirl, and they also apparently tease on a Chinese stream that they're also doing Lobo. So those are going to be really, really crazy with rooted hair and stuff. I'm excited to see how those turn out because that's going to be the Supergirl for my collection.
You can't do Lobo without the hog, though, man. The space hog.
Yeah, I mean, InArt probably would beg to differ because they're not going to do the space hog.
That's disrespectful.
I know. Chris, I already know your answer because you love Man of Steel. I see we have a special guest here.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped saying your name this whole time either.
Dude. Oh, that's funny. So the question was Man of Steel or Christopher Reeve. I already know your answer because.
Yeah, Man of Steel is definitely where it's at for me. I do like. I do like Reeve, but and I like what they've done with the figure. It is the best looking figure. Okay.
I know.
I'll make it quick. It looks really good. I like the two bodies, the suit, everything. Tailoring's good. They're getting better at their hair, and I like that you can swap out hair, face, stuff like that. And then, if they actually go through with that Man of Steel, I already told you, I'm super tempted to swap out my BVS version for that. Just because I think the Man of Steel movie is a bit stronger for me than BVS. So and as long as it's Henry Cavill, to me, I don't care. So
makes sense. And I figured you would go that route, but so Alex asked a question. So Alex, we were actually just talking about this earlier. Kind of the where we landed on this was the fact that they're offering 3 different swap out hair pieces to be able to swap between the 2 figures. Obviously the one is like specific to Clark because it has that hat hair piece and everything, but the fact that you could use both sculpts interchangeably, I think that's part of the reason, apart from keeping the cost down, why they didn't do rooted hair. I would have liked rooted hair, but I think maybe on this one sculpted hair was definitely better. I think that was the better option. No worries. So guys, Absolute Mike actually has to head out. Mike, we appreciate you for being here. We don't have too much more to talk about. So you made it most of the stream, but we appreciate you, dude, as always, for making time for us and hanging out with us and sharing the fun of collecting this week.
Yeah, man. I love being here when I can make it, and it's always great seeing you guys. Kaiju, thanks for stopping by, man. Haven't streamed
no
for a
problem.
while. Yeah,
Good to talk.
yeah, man. Always. All right, fellas. I'll catch you later.
All right,
Mr. Latoris.
See you, Mike.
Bye, chat.
See you, dude. But speaking of Superman, we got a lot of Superman love this week because it was Superman Day the other day. We did get a tease, which we don't see from InArt very often. This is like kind of new territory for them. We got a tease for the Man of Steel Superman. So this is all we've got. There is like a lightened photo. I don't know if that photo's been like altered or not. It kind of looks like it has, so I didn't want to show it on stream and kind of give false hope of what it's going to look like. But just seeing this tease here, I could tell you, one, the hair looks spot on. He had a very unique hairstyle in this film. It was a bit longer and styled a bit differently. And even in this dark lighting, you could see that Cavill likeness. And we know what they're capable of with the BVS. If you guys caught Kaiju stream, we did a countdown of our favorite Superman figures, and that was my number 1. Because I just love that figure. I think they did such a great job on it in art, and I think that figure is going to be even more sought after and more beloved once the Batman eventually releases. So I'm excited to have those two together. Kaiju, is this something that you would pick up? Would you pick up a Man of Steel Cavill Superman?
Well, I've got the.
That's right. You got the original one.
I got the Hot Toys
original one. Yeah. Let me pull you up real quick because I want to show people how far we've come, even with just Hot Toys, because that's an older figure. Yeah, it's like kind of Henry Cavill. I mean, to be fair, for when it came out, at it during its peak time when it first came out, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is a 13-year-old figure, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the suit still look good though.
Yeah, like
I take care of my stuff,
Yeah, you do. That's true. That's true. But is this something like? Can you see yourself?
I'm
I'm
definitely
assuming
gonna get
yes.
this. I'm
You will be
definitely
picking
getting
this up. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, I love Cavill myself, so this one, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'll be getting that for sure. I'm excited to see what the body looks like and the proportions, because obviously his body did change a little bit between this and BVS. So I'm very curious to see the proportions, the accessories he comes with, but it's going to be a banger. Come on now. I mean, you could see in this even poorly lit photo that likeness is looking good, and I trust them, obviously, because the BVS likeness was pretty solid. I think overall probably one of the better Cavill likenesses in any scale, apart from like that Prime 1 Geralt statue, because that likeness is pretty insane. I'm very excited for this, though, and I know Chris is, and Chris was the first person I kind of thought about when this first got teased, because he loves Man of Steel, and I remember he was like sad to let his Hot Toys Man of Steel go, though he did for the BVS, so I think we will see Chris letting go of his BVS for sure when this one drops, because this is like his cream of the crop when it comes to Cavill. So I know he's very excited for it. Good to see you, S-Beam. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you. I'm having a great day. I hope you're having a great day as well. Peyton says, I'm in on the MOS. Would be cool to see. I know, dude. I've been waiting for a General Zod. I've been tempted to grab the Hot Toys one because honestly, I think it holds up pretty well still. Yeah, given that he's like in like that Kryptonian gear and not necessarily like a suit, I think it holds up. Noon Tunes, what you should do is hold on to that second BVS, wait for the Batman to drop, and then cash in on that one, and then you have your funds to pay for the MOS, then you have one of each. That's what I would do if I was you. He said, are you saying this looks like Cody Rhodes? I don't, maybe it is a wrestling meme that I don't know about, because I see Cavill here, but
I definitely see Cavill. That's not
Street Fighter figures go crazy.
Oh my god.
I know.
Cavill definitely looked a bit younger in Man of Steel than he did BVS.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the shadows, but the hair on the sculpted hair, like it doesn't look bad unless that is rooted.
No, it's sculpted. Yeah, I'll zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, it's definitely sculpted.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I think we've seen an improvement in the quality of their sculpted hair, starting with like the BVS 2.0 or BVS 2.0.
As much as their BVS as well, like the suit that they did with that and the cape, given the two different options, wired and non, and then how you can see even in here they have the logo close to the cape line and stuff, more accurate. I feel like if Hot Toys did do a 2.0 as well for them, I still think InArt would probably take the cake on that. It's just something with them in those Henry bodies that they make the legs too thick, even though their Man of Steel one wasn't that thick, but it was still a little off in the sculpt to me, and people apparently like go crazy for that one.
Yeah. I agree, and I'm like I said, specifically the proportions on this one, I'm very excited to see, because it's going to be a bit different. They're not going to be able to just reuse the BVS body. There's going to have to be some tweaks there, but I'm definitely excited to see the differences between the two. And Defective kind of commenting on, I guess, when Kaiju had showed off his Hot Toys version, he said, I'm new to Hot Toys, 11 figures under the belt. Hey, that's a good collection already, 11 figures. That's awesome. He said, but damn, some of the older work in comparison, it's funny. Like,
Connor, highlight me.
I'll highlight you. Yeah, I'll pull you up. So I was literally about to kind of make a point of some of the older stuff holds up incredibly well, like Ben Kenobi, Grand Moff Tarkin here, and then
Alfred.
Alfred,
Count Dooku as well.
All the old men.
Count Dooku, yeah, all the old men.
They do old men really, really well.
Really good.
Yeah. I was gonna say like another set that I think, though the paint is a bit outdated, still holds up sculpt wise, is the Tron set. So I have Sam Flynn and I have Kevin Flynn, and I feel like those figures hold up. That's great. I'm not the only one that kisses my figures, I guess. But yeah, some of their older figures do hold up incredibly well, because that Tarkin is pretty old at this point. Not as old as the MOS, but it's pretty old. And that one holds up. And then you have other ones that look like they don't belong in your collection anymore.
The Tarkin is maybe just a hair younger. I mean,
yeah, not by
he's
much.
Probably 11 or 12 at this point.
It's older. I think, what was it? 2017 that came out? 2016 maybe?
something.
Yeah, something around there.
16 probably.
Yeah, something around there. Because I know like the A New Hope figures were kind of spread out between 2016 and 2018, I think. S-Beam says, I'm dropping the BVS for MOS. I think a lot of people are going to, because here's the thing. A lot of people's favorite film is not BVS from Snyder. But a lot of people, of course, settled because they're like, this is going to be the best Cavill 1/6 Superman. I want to get the best. So they settled for that version. A lot of people love that MOS suit, so I think a lot of people are going to be with you. Yeah, Noontunes, I think you're gonna be raking in the dough once that Batman releases. You know, it's going to create that sense of urgency. It's like, oh well, I need the BVS Superman to go with this Batman, and that's when you strike, and that's where you make the money to pay for your MOS and then some. Let's see, did I miss any comments? Yes, we definitely need a what just happened to my camera? Okay, I look like I'm like one of those FBI informants on those crime shows.
It's like when you first wake up after being knocked out and your eyes on.
Yeah, it's like the pinging noise in my ear. That's crazy. Yes, I would love to see a Zod, especially Zod. I don't know if I would get Feora. I can't remember how you pronounce her name, but I would love to see that. But Feora, but Zod especially. I would
Is that
love
the
to
woman?
I think so. Yeah, that's her name.
I don't know her name.
Yeah, she was. Yes, she was. Kind of had like Trinity vibes a little bit from Blade. It was a little
with the little accent on it. You know
yeah. But yeah, this is all we have, unfortunately, of the MOS. We just have a little quick teaser. Figure. I'm assuming this one's got to be on your radar. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, I'm torn, bro. It's on my radar, but
I'm
torn. Because I got a BVS display. I call them moments where I got the signal from BVS. I got armored Batman facing off with BVS Superman, and like that's a beautiful moment. In my Justice League Superman, I have this custom black suit that I got.
Yeah,
so I'm torn right now because it's like I don't know if I have enough space or to make a Man of Steel display just for him, because I would need at least a Zod in order for me to consider it. But him by himself is making me, I don't know, it's a difficult decision, but I do love this. I like this more than BVS.
He's like,
no, I love this more than BVS. It's just, I already have the whole idea set up with BVS, so it's like, with this, it'll be kind of just by itself, and where am I going to put it? It's going to be standing.
Nothing wrong with putting a figure by itself.
Yeah.
No, let me stop. No.
Guys, he's going to get it.
On my mind. It's on my mind. It's floating. Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. On that Chinese stream, they did say that they were moving forward with the black suit Superman and the Nightmare Batman. So I'm like, I'm going to be getting those. Like, I'm going to have to let go of my Hot Toys versions, though. You know, Kaiju has no reason to. He was able to get the free 2-pack, which is just like the most unbelievable deal that they've ever done. And I'm over here paying like almost full price for that fucking thing. Like,
sucker.
Yeah, I am a sucker. Even more of a sucker with the Mandalorian stuff. That was where I was the biggest sucker.
Ooh, are you getting the new ones?
The new Mandalorian stuff?
Yeah.
It depends. So I sold my other 2 Mandalorians to get the new Mando, so I'm getting the new deluxe. I will get Embo and Zeb if they do them. I'm unsure on any of the troopers. The Remnant Snowtrooper, I don't know. I don't really care for the design. I don't like the mouthpiece.
Really? I do like that design.
Yeah, because I'm a big Snowtrooper guy. Like the ESB Snowtrooper is my favorite trooper of all time, and I've got Snowtrooper Commander coming from you eventually, and then I've got a 2. Yeah, right. Here we go. And I've got the 2-pack, the Battlefront 2-pack of the ESB Snowtroopers. It's the same figures, just with extra accessories. Yeah, my pile of stuff is somewhere over there. Isn't it crazy? I have the Mutant Leader, and then I've got the Superman coming before my Batman, dude. That's crazy, man. I'll get him eventually, but
you'll get him.
Yeah, I know I'll get him.
Maybe.
I'm just a very patient guy. I'm just super patient because I know you help out.
Well, wait. In fairness,
the other
because
thing,
I haven't sent it, you've been able to add
that is true
bangers to your order,
including the Batman. Because that was what was the most recent thing? I don't know, the Batman or the Hot Toys. I think it was the Batman.
Well, no. Well, no. It was the
Hot Toys. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it started with the 78 Spider-Man, and then I was like, hey, Kaiji, do you have this Spartan of this Kratos figure? And you're like, well, actually, yeah. This guy just, I've expanded my 1/12 collection significantly because of him in just the past 2 months, and he knows how I feel about LPZZ. I
haven't yet to own one of those, man. It's because
dude, what?
I just love comic style figures only. Like when it comes to 1/12, like I only.
You got Deathstroke with you right now?
No, it's nice. I've seen
not
it.
on my desk. I don't have him on my
it.
desk, but I do have the art. Come on, bro. I do have this guy on my desk.
Yeah,
I like it.
Here, I'll show. A little show and tell.
Beautiful.
The Deathstroke's better.
Man.
Deathstroke's better.
The Deathstroke is a better figure, but this guy is still.
I'm Mr.
Badass.
Comic style, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Look at me with my little wired cape action. Come on now. Come on now.
Ooh, wait.
Not a big wired cape guy, by the way.
Wait, Figs, do you have any 1/12?
He does.
Me? Yeah. I got like 70 figures. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know you had that many.
What? Hasbro or what?
Hasbro, Mafex.
Oh!
He corrected himself. There we go.
Just for you. No. I got some of those. A couple SH. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay.
Sorry. So I had your question pulled up since we're moving on from this topic and we're kind of rounding out the stream here. No, I would not consider it a 2.0 just because it's from a completely different film, different hairstyle, different sculpts and everything. I wouldn't say that's 2.0 territory personally, because other films are, kind of open field in my opinion. But when they do, because apparently they brought up that Joker again because they're looking to kind of prove themselves on that one. I just saw 2 of those in a comic shop the other day, loose, just sitting on the. Yeah, this guy, he found.
You got 9 of them?
Well, he had a crazy deal over there. He got some him and I think Ian took advantage of that deal, right? Didn't he? Or maybe he bought his before.
Yeah,
the deal.
so they were like $150 shipped.
And what was the
from,
original price?
Amazon.
300.
I think I paid $180 a piece for mine.
So it was like $189 or $180 or something
okay.
like that from Pulse, but then you had to pay shipping and tax and everything else.
Yeah,
So
so
it
it
ended
ends
up
up being
being
over
more.
200. Yeah.
I got 2
But
of
yeah,
them. That's
Amazon was selling them cheap. But like of the 9, 2 I raffled, I waffled in the Facebook group, and then 5 are for me and my kids. 5.
team effort.
I got my X-Men, like
Really?
I gotta holler at you, man. I got you on the queue, man. I'm telling you.
That Jubilee is nice. I do like that one.
Boom!
I just wish she had blue gloves, man.
Well, that's for the repaint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 more. I got 2 more that I'll probably do giveaways for. I don't know.
Let's go.
So guys, everybody, we've been chatting about JazzInc for a few weeks now. We've been getting some updates from Yoast, and everybody's been kind of sharing their thoughts. And so Yoast has decided to post, this is a production sample. So this is what would come off of the line. This is what Catwoman essentially is going to look like, barring mine some minor tweaks. So we finally have our full look at the Catwoman. Generally speaking, I want to zoom in a little bit more, and I will back out for the Dio, but generally speaking, I think the proportions look very good. Keep in mind also, these are like cell phone camera photos. These aren't taken with a professional camera. So it does seem like there's like a bit of a fisheye effect, like that, slim, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not to make excuses for it, because it's still kind of a general look at the figure. The first thing I noticed, and I did see somebody ask about it in the comments, I was kind of let down by it, but I understand. The original Dio in the pre-order photos had snow all over it. Apparently WB asked them to remove the snow because apparently her window in the apartment does not have, it has a little bit of snow on it, it looks like, but not nearly enough to justify that being accurate. I guess WB is a bit more strict on the licensing, whereas Universal clearly does not care, looking at the recent announcements from our boys over at Factory Entertainment. But apparently WB is more strict on the licensing when it comes to accuracy. So Yoast had commented and said, unfortunately, they tried to push back on it, and WB just asked them politely to remove the snow in order to get approval. So it does kind of lack a bit of that like added realism for me. Not that this looks bad, but I think I preferred it with the snow on it, accurate or not. It just added a bit of realism, because there used to be like snow here on the base. This gargoyle here had some snow. There's a bit of snow, and it looked really good, but Unfortunately, they did have to remove that, so it's unfortunate, but this is what we're getting. In terms of how the body looks, I think the proportions are very good, and this is the battle damage version we have here. I will say I do have concerns about these holes on the battle damage version and kind of posing the arms like this. We don't know how durable this material is going to be. It could be very durable, but I do have concerns posing it the arm that high because who knows, that hole could slowly split open. We don't know that, you know. It's an already open hole in the suit. I'm going to err on the side of caution like I do with a lot of the silicone body stuff and not put it in too crazy of a pose. And yeah, certainly, Pedro. Literally, you could just buy, would be removable. You could buy that like little canned snow that you could spray on stuff and remove it. That'd be a great solution. Then you could certainly take it off if you wanted to. Okay. Guys, actually, Chris has to go. We are going to be ending the stream very shortly after we finish up this conversation here with the JazzInc stuff. But Chris has to go. So, Chris, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us for almost 2 hours here. We're going on our second hour. And I appreciate you for making time for us and hanging out with us tonight. And thanks for hanging out with us, Noah.
Say bye, Connor.
Go. Bye, Connor.
Bye, Noah.
See you guys.
See you.
Mr. Man is still.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Good talking to the chat.
Yes, sir.
See you, man.
Glad to be back
Yes,
in the
sir.
room, back in action. See y'all.
But yeah, like, can you believe that boy's not even 2 years old yet? He's so smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'd be a great solution. Just kind of spray it with the that snow spray and call it a day. I'm curious how you guys feel about the head sculpts. I got to be honest with you. Every time I see this sculpt, and I know they've commented on it and they said like it's just like the angle, but this sculpt, every time I see it, it looks like she has no top teeth at all. Like, am I crazy? Like, and they said, I believe them.
That's the Margot Kidder version.
But I believe that they're there. You know, I'm just being silly, obviously, but I don't know. Just the way that the light casts the shadow in the mouth. I don't think I'll ever use this head sculpt. I just don't really care for it. I think I prefer, for the clean version, I'm going to have the default, like, neutral expression and then have her kind of with the whip. That's my plan for it. I don't really care for this pose either. Doesn't really work for me. She almost looks like
just a bit of teeth, you know, just a little bit of teeth.
Yeah, and like, you know, in all of the photos I've seen of the sculpt, like, you can't see the teeth. And I like I said, I believe that they're there. Like with the battle damage version, you can clearly see the teeth, and then on this one, it's like the shadows, the way they cast on it. How do you guys feel about this head sculpt? I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. Not that it's necessarily bad, and also again, like she does look kind of bow-legged in this pose. I won't lie. Not the best pose, but you know, in some shots, like it almost, this sculpt kind of looks like big-headed in these photos. I don't know what it is, but
I think it's the positioning of her body, kind of tilted to the side, so it's making it look a little bigger than on the body. But I think if it's straight on, it might look a little more normal, but I don't know.
Yeah. Christopher's asking us, do you think it's having a hard time? I mean, that could be. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is. It's a very odd pose. And again, like, you know, I keep sounding like I'm making excuses for him, so I'm going to try not to, but it is an odd pose. This pose I actually like. Like, it's simple. It doesn't, apart from the arm being up like that, it doesn't look like it puts too much stress on the suit. This one is a bit odd. I get what they're going for, but again, these are just like some quick cell phone photos that they posted up. But again, I'm happy with the proportions. I think the suit material looks really nice. I just want this thing in hand, dude. I want to be able to play around with it, see what the body's like, see what the suit's like. What's up, Jazzy? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well.
I feel like her lipstick should be redder.
I did see a lot of comments on that as well. And it's weird, like, look on this sculpt, it looks like she has like pinkish lips, and then on this one, the lipstick actually does kind of look red on this one. I think that's partially to do with the scene difference, like how she looks in those scenes.
Now her lips are red in those scenes too.
I thought in this one, really, I thought in this one when she's battle damaged, the lips look a bit lighter, like towards the very end before she dies.
Let me see.
Pedro, sorry, which one were you saying your favorite is? The licking sculpt or this battle damage sculpt? I did notice that too as well, Christopher. I don't know, like they do in your photo, they do look a bit redder, but they also do look less red than the clean like when she's not battle damage. It's kind of
Yeah, they're less a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Still red though. Yeah.
Yes, certainly way yeah, and I would expect it to be, but yeah, certainly way better. One thing I know, dude, like imagine if they got a professional to do these photos, which I would think that they will for like the final product photos. One thing they did say they're revising is they said that they will make these like the hello there. They will make the letters that are supposed to be less visible even less visible, because that was a complaint that a lot of people had. And I'm looking forward to that because I do think they kind of stick out like a sore thumb right now. Defective is saying that the lips are supposed to be nude when I thought so, but what Fig showed, it's kind of like in between. It could be the lighting, but I do recall her not having like the bright red lipstick in that scene. But Kaiju, I don't think I've ever even like talked to you about this one. Are you into the JazzInc stuff at all? Like, are you grabbing any of this stuff from them? Or are you kind of like waiting and seeing how it all plays out?
I'll wait on this one. The Linda Carter I'll get, but
yeah,
not really this one.
The Linda Carter one's going to be huge for them, I think. And honestly, like the recent updates they showed of her, she looks really good. And obviously, like they're doing rooted hair on that one. And I think they have Viola that does the paint work for them. And her paint style, I think, doesn't work with some head sculpts. But for that Linda Carter Wonder Woman and the way her makeup was done and everything for the work that she did as Wonder Woman, I think looked pretty spot on. So I'm excited to see that one. And not going to have a signature edition for that one because Yost said she wanted, I think, like $500 or some crazy number for a signature. But still, very, very exciting nonetheless. And that's another one. Yeah, no way. Like, come on now. For a figure special edition, like, no one's going to pay that. Maybe not no one, but not many. Even like David Hasselhoff, I thought his prices were very fair for that like special edition for Kit.
That's almost sold out too.
It is sold. It finally sold out. They posted about it, and I guess the hype got people FOMO'd into finishing that off. Here's some quick photos that they showed like, prior to these that I wanted to share. You can see they even showed a photo recently, like a week and a half ago, without the stuff in the background like it's supposed to be. But this is them showing the prototype next to the production sculpt, and you could see like they are very similar, and you can see that shading on the lips as well, where she just has kind of like the pink lips versus like the heavy lipstick, red lipstick look. Obviously, these kind of created a lot of concern. I do love this sculpt right here. I think this is probably my favorite one. More of a neutral look, but still showing those teeth, that like sassiness. I really do like that sculpt. How do you guys feel about the flocked cats? I've seen very mixed opinions on this. They originally were not flocked. They were sculpted, and to be honest with you, they didn't look great. How do you guys feel about these?
Little panther kittens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool, though. I mean,
like,
it's cool.
It's like I do kind of like them, but in a way, like, you have to kind of look at the prototype and see what the sculpted cat looked like, because it wasn't really much better. So it's like, it's a catch-22. It's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. I want to see him in person. It's like it's hard to not associate flock stuff with like the cheaper little toys that you see and like Funko Pops that have flocking on them. I don't hate them though. I don't hate them at all. Yeah, in some shots on the clean version, I kind of get that, and I hope that it's just like distortion with the camera, but I don't know. In some shots, it does look a little too big. Supposedly the pre-orders are going up very soon. Kaiju has to go as well, guys. So, Kaiju, I know the timing is crazy for you. I do appreciate you hopping in with us and having fun as much as you could. And you lasted longer than most of the guys in the U.S., so I'm sure it's a crazy time for you. But
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are technically a guy from the U.S., so we can claim that here as well.
All right, guys. Take care. Happy collecting. Take care. Have a good week, and see you all next time.
Yes, sir. And check out Kaiju Daddy on YouTube, guys. That's great. Take care, man. Real quick, guys, one last thing I want to kind of share before we close out the stream, because I know we're running. Sorry, I got the volume on here. Where's the volume on this thing? It's muted. Why is it still playing?
Look at this.
All right. Well, I had to mute it twice. Real quick, this is the 89 Batman Batcave diorama that Andy from Doggy Dot Customs has been working on in correlation with Jazz. He got all of the screens individually working. This is going to be a really amazing piece. You can see he has it running off of a a battery pack right here, which is really cool. And
A lot of USBs.
yeah, right.
But
But this looks
I'm glad
so
they're doing
freaking
that
cool, man.
technology, bro. Finally, they
know.
always do AC plugs, but I'm glad they're working the USB-C.
I know. It's super cool. Super
Yeah.
cool. So I'm excited for this. This technology is pretty amazing. And the fact that he's got all this, and these aren't synced up. He's going to have all the screens synced up, he said. That's what he says in this video. So this is really cool. And he did also tease that he's going to be doing the turtleneck Bruce Wayne to go along with this, a full figure. So yeah, I've passed on all of the other Batcave dioramas, but this one, you guys know me with Keaton. I'm excited for this one. But yeah, this looks amazing, man. Like the technology is just incredible. So just
This
wanted to quickly
level.
show this to you guys. Yeah, this is next level. This is really cool. So I'm going to be picking this one up for sure. I'm excited. I'm scared to see the price, but I will be picking this one up. And speaking of Mars Toys, I kind of will share the update on that. So apparently the 66 Penguin is going up very, very soon, because I know Moose had asked about that. But also he's doing a Bruce Wayne with the winter coat and the scarf and everything to go with, you know, we had the pre-order for our Harvey Dent recently, and I'm surprised it hasn't shipped yet, because he said that was going to be ready to ship very, very soon. So I'm excited to see the pricing and everything for this one. I'm sure it'll be relatively inexpensive. Looks like he's using the same head sculpt from the previous Bruce Wayne figure, which I'm completely fine with. But yeah,
That's
just wanted to
get
share that
nuts
with you.
fit, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe. I should know this, but I don't know. Like, that's a very specific question. I don't know if that's what he's wearing when he says that. I don't know, but I'm excited to see this go up for pre-order hopefully very soon. Yeah, I'm surprised, because that was like a pay in full pre-order, because they said it was supposed to ship soon. So I don't know. Hopefully soon. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for this stream. Went longer than expected, but I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you, each and everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. I know it was a long-winded stream. We got still 64 people watching at the end, so we appreciate each and every one of you. On your way out, please consider dropping a like on the stream. I will close, which I always forget to, I will close the poll. We had 61% say, someone just voted, 61% say 2-pack, 7% said single, and the rest of you guys said none. So if you guys are getting it, most of you are getting the 2-pack, so that does not surprise me at all. But thank everybody for being here. Yeah, yeah, that's why he told me to add that option. He might change his mind later. Who knows? He's like, probably not. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST. If you guys are watching on the replay, I hope you enjoy the stream. And please consider sharing your thoughts down in the comments below. But take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.